Just so everyone knows, Alex has got every single face on every single one of these dice set to max, which is important.
Yep.
No!
Yeah.
You two hold him, Aoife will do it.
He's just done it himself. He's done it again. He's done it again.
The horror!
You got a 19 on our
Ready?
one, right?
Go. Welcome to
18.
that. Go to welcome to natural state. Go.
Yep.
Wait.
Well,
No, Aoife. Timer.
Oh, welcome to Natural 6! Hey, everyone! Is everyone having an equally lovely day? We're all having a good time. You having a good time, Wilson?
Yes, I am.
You having a good time, Cockle?
I'm having a fantastic time!
How you doing, Bennett?
It's all good.
Benjamin Mark Starr?
That's me, good as always.
And that's everyone.
That's everyone.
How are you, Harry?
I'm fantastic.
Wow.
Alex?
He's making himself cry. He's making himself cry.
Making himself do
Active.
crying.
See if you can do it.
See if you can do it.
No, he is.
We're
He's
keep-
done.
oh, well done. No, we're keeping it in until you drop a tear. Well, hold on,
You
miss.
pulled me out now, so I'm going to get back in it.
Right.
Okay, no one say anything so Alex can get himself in his Hopkins zone.
Shall we, like, hurl insults at his dice?
Oh,
That's not insulting enough.
Oh. Here he goes. He's right on the edge, guys.
Oh, it's
He's
You did it!
What an act single tail.
Available for television work.
higher.
Available.
Look how slowly it's going as well.
It's so good.
Oh, it's
So,
still going. Wow, can you see that?
Wow.
Can you see that?
Someone
Yeah,
lick it.
minimum
Someone lick it.
focus isn't a thing.
Drink it for luck.
Drink. Yeah.
Save it, save
Oh,
it,
your
save it,
tears.
put it in the
Oh,
pen.
your tears.
Look it.
Oh,
So the reason Alex is
Scott
sad.
Malkinson.
Alex is sad because he put all of his dice the right way up and then we put them
nat
down
20.
and threw them all over.
Yeah,
the
we
table.
threw all his dice all over the thing. Actually,
were so organised.
Actually, I say
Not a lot.
we didn't. Wilson did.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
us.
He
I think I'm
so
gonna have
immediately
double
on the defensive and so immediately indignant at the idea it was her fault, and then goes, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I have to quickly withdraw from that position because
I didn't
it wasn't
say
all
I'm
me."
sorry.
I'm gonna ask Double Jump to leave that in. The messing of the dice. That's gonna be the start of
Do
the
you reckon?
episode. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, and now I've got to put them all back.
Well, you
don't
don't
have
though.
to.
You also
to do
don't
that.
need that many sets. Like, it's wild how many sets you've all got.
Well, you can do it during, but every now and then the recap. The recap, as you might imagine, is quite long.
Okay.
I also haven't read it in ages.
And
so
you
it
should
might be
probably,
nonsense.
but we should probably listen to it.
Yeah, we
I
should
think
have a
this
listen,
one,
yeah.
like-
For those who are at home,
Which is all of you.
Not the ones right in the car park right now.
We're in front of a live audience.
if you are listening to this on a podcast out and about while you're driving,
Yep.
not you.
Oh.
Very good. If you're,
good.
if you're
Okay,
commuting,
okay,
not
okay.
you. If you're at work, for God's sake, do some work.
Anyone
Stop-
who's confused, how long has it been since we sat and played?
You said the last time it was 40 days.
And
Did I?
40
Did I say
nights.
that? I don't remember saying that.
Someone said
Weird
40, and I
film.
think it was you.
Oh, really?
If only it was on.
Oh, when we
40
sorry, when we
days.
recorded before we worked it out, you mean?
No, it was on Action Surge.
Yes, so when we recorded before, previously.
Yes.
Great. I
mean
thought you meant
tomorrow?
today I'd said it because I
No.
didn't remember working it out today. 40 days. As long as so we've been like Jesus in the desert.
Yeah.
But we've got really close to everything running out as well.
God, there's no burning ashes.
Episode 36 went live on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
This is Saturday
Yeah.
after.
So
and
we've
we're
got
doing
9 days to
37,
turn this round.
Which is fine,
easy.
but that's really unusual that we've seen people's reactions to episode 36
Yes,
as
and
we
we've got the
go
new
into
running
it.
out.
We've, I think that's only once or twice that's ever happened before.
Yeah.
and people
And at
were
the very
complaining.
beginning.
What are you doing, Ali?
Making me cry has activated my sinuses.
Alex! Alex! We're gonna genuinely. That's the only time I'm properly happy to put a trigger warning in.
That is my revenge.
That was juicy as well.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's genuinely made me feel quite. Oh.
No.
I had flu 3 weeks ago and I'm still blowing my nose every half hour.
Great.
How you feeling being there, Wilson?
3 weeks ago. I'm not viral anymore.
He says you.
Make me-
That's what
make
someone
me
who's
viral.
So we have read the
Make me
comments.
viral is.
We read the comments about the opening and the fact that our openings are just more and more unhinged, and the problem
Yeah.
is we want to lean into that now.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
see, this is the thing. I don't think we're trying. I don't think
We're
we're
not
intentionally
trying. This
doing
is
an
not-
unhinged opening.
No,
No.
this is actually
who we are.
This is just who we are, folks.
I think
Sorry.
you're getting a more and more distilled essence like a hortensia tincture, if you will, of
Nice.
Let me bring it back.
of the us that truly exists.
Yeah, this is us.
And I think that
It's
is,
me.
it's kind of, we're sort of accidentally wheat from the chaffing. We're not meaning to.
Yeah.
We're trying to
Yeah.
keep everyone on board, but we keep getting distracted.
I guess at the beginning it was like how we wanted to be perceived,
Yeah.
as opposed to just who we are.
Professional.
We ain't got the energy now. We were like early
Yeah.
Twitch streamers who'd got everything ready and had all our
Yeah.
little transitions.
And now we're just like, fuck
And now we're just
live.
like, oh, go live. Hello, everyone. I'm going
Yeah.
to be eating a plate of pasta and just shit myself.
How's the streaming
That's
going
next
anyway?
episode.
Next
shit
episode, I'm going to. Right.
Are we
Let's
we're doing
say,
this, are we?
let's say hi. Come on, we have structure.
Wait, somewhat.
Let's say hi to our heroes.
Hello, I'm Aoife Wilson, and I will be playing Dolly de Winter, the Tiefling Bard.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm fully rearranged with my dice.
Yay!
And I'm playing I, the Kobold
Not quite.
Rogue. Don't you dare! Don't what?
Oh no!
It's happening again.
It's only a little one.
Hi, I'm Doug Cockle. I'll be playing Kelmus, the Dragonborn Druid.
Hi, I'm Hollie, and I'm playing Elwyn Grenweird, the human fighter.
Hello, I'm Ben Starr, and I'm playing a character who believes himself to be Radiant Thornbear, the Wood Elf Wizard.
And I'm Harry McEntire, the DM your table told you not to worry about. Should we play some Dungeons and Dragons? Last time. You began inside the caves of the Mother Forest, stood in a cavern festooned with gems and marred by extraordinary somnium mushrooms. Kelnis was briefly dragged into a reverie by the passive effects of the fungus that surrounded you, and so, as the rest of you heard the clatter of wooden wheels on stone and huddled in the shadows to avoid detection, the Dragonborn was caught in the open. Thinking quickly, I, the character not the me, cast grease beneath the wheels of a cart and the feet of two cloth-wrapped children of the midnight moon who hauled it behind them. As they fell, Kelnis regained his composure and he managed to convince them, wrapped like the rest of you in protective cloth that obscured his features, that these two were needed above ground to help fight the fire you had left blazing in the night. The rest of you emerged from hiding and examined the cart, Radian finding a handwritten note that declared that the children were banned from the lowest levels of the caves by order of an individual called Teller. Continuing to follow the signs visible to eye, you ventured deeper into the caves. After a little time, you found a body consumed by somnium lying amongst a thick mass of the mushrooms. Though the host body seemed long dead, the mushrooms that grew from its soft tissues swayed in the still air of the cave. By now, you risked even greater negative effects from the mushrooms, and the condition of Kelnis worsened as Radian also began to suffer from his proximity to them. Up ahead, Elwyn detected the aroma of hortensia alongside the dank herbaceousness of somnium, the smell emanating from burning braziers that flanked a group of children of the midnight moon. As you approached, you realized that they were harvesting mushrooms, and upon speaking with one who seemed to be a kind of leader, Elwyn realized that she recognized the voice of a native of Mouse, Anwen, daughter of a tavern owner. After her first attempt to convince Anwen and the others to leave was unsuccessful, Elwyn flashed her Grenweird family dagger, and this was enough for your case to be heard. As Anwen began to lead her fellow miners out of the caves and towards the relative safety of Haven, there was a scream from beyond the far brazier, and a dwarf ran towards you, pursued by four creatures that would once have been children of the midnight moon, but now were hosts for somnium. Thanks to the extraordinary power of Radian's new Wall of Fire spell, your foes were swiftly dispatched and you bade Anwen farewell. As you crept further into the caves, Radian's keen senses detected the presence of nearby glow. As he snuck closer to hear their conversations, he could make out that they were discussing the arrival of Teller, the individual mentioned in the note you found, as well as the relief of these individuals that they were not selected to go below due to their discomfort with all that killing in cold blood. As the gloam departed, you took a different path, still guided by cobalt signs. You entered a chamber yet deeper in the earth, Dolly feeling the ill effects of somnium exposure for the very first time. As the rest of you took in the somnium mushrooms and the bodies of children of the midnight moon that were to be found in this chamber, I found himself staring at an archway in the rock. Kobolds staring out and preparing weapons as the newly dead picked around the cavern. I called out and began to speak with them, though they remained silent and invisible to the rest of you until I initiated a kobold greeting with a pale-scaled kobold who emerged from within the rock to exchange formalities. This is wordy as hell. Unsure whether they had the authority to allow you all entry, the kobold guards called for those who were tasked with speaking to Themsself, confiding in I that the gloam had been taking children of the midnight moon blindfolded and bound down to the lowest level of the caverns, with the kobolds barred by their god from venturing too close should they be discovered. As this conversation ended, a kobold wearing a feathered headband appeared, declaring that the newly dead had permission to enter. Themself had instructed that you were to be fed and then have any wounds tended to, but I refused. He chanced upon a member of his own tribe, revealing his hurt and anger that his tribe had not searched for him. It emerged that they had wanted to do so, but Themself had forbidden it. I's grief and simmering rage were so impactful that his request to see Themself was granted, and you were all led through a low, narrow passage in the rock. Here you found Themself, myriad-coloured, their clawed hands covered in paint as they wrote the constantly changing histories of the kobolds on the cave wall. The meeting with Themself revealed many truths, as well as opening new and old wounds. When Parvis's body was revealed, Themself reacted with unexpected tenderness to his antiqua. It emerged that since leading the kobolds to the Old Dark, Themself had been searching for I. In fact, some of those you had met on your journey so far had been iterations of Themself, that you had encountered them in moments when I had been hiding in the shadows. They also told you what occurred on Mount Atria, revealing that the murderer had been the demigod child that Thaelon had had with a mortal from the Feywild. Their face was obscured by a mask of black gems, the mask worn, you all realised, by the Spider Prince. It was revealed that the deck of many friends was comprised of the souls of those who had been selected to spread the lie that the gods had fought the divine war until a victor emerged, and that these souls had been trapped in the deck as punishment, having refused to perpetuate that lie. The deck was then used alongside Themself's amulet, now worn by Kelnis, and the original heretical religious text written by those in the deck as a totem of power to ensure that the barriers between the worlds held firm. Radian, who Themself identified as a Summit Eladrin of the Feywild, must have brought the deck across the planes of existence, weakening the barriers that divide the realms. This also meant that Radian would be able to return to the Feywild alongside his companions, the power of the deck facilitating this passage between the planes. Finally, Themself revealed the existence of dragons in Reliquiae, and that the walking forest of Lathi was their hiding place, a white stag being key to their location. Despite having ventured into the world to try to find I, Themself was unwilling to countenance any kobold putting themselves in harm's way by doing so. This extended to I, and now to the rest of the newly dead. The god insisted that you all remain in the Old Dark, away from any danger. When you tried to convince them that keeping you all here, or that refusing to engage with all that was happening in the world offered no long-term solution to the problems they faced, Themself refused to bend. When I threatened to leave, Themself stated I would no longer be a kobold, nor would he be able to count on Themself's protection. As Dolly and Elowen interceded, Themself asked I not to go, but the kobold would not abandon his responsibilities nor his new tribe. When I refused to bend to their will, Themself became angry, and Radian stepped in, stating that your leaving was necessary in order to protect the barriers between the worlds, though he assured Themself you would return. Themself seemed to realise that the race was run, and consented to let you all leave. As the rest of you left Themself alone in the histories, I lingered for a moment, telling his god that he hoped they might one day overcome their fear. And as he misty-stepped away, that's where we are now. So we are moments beyond the cave of Themself. and the other 4 of you, Kelnus, Elowin, Dolly, Radian, have emerged first into the chamber beyond the narrow, twisting tunnel that led to the histories and the bonfire and the paint and the colour of Themsself. And then I joins you.
You okay? Sure?
I shrugs.
Well, that was a lot of information in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. It was a lot to take on board for all of us. How are you doing?
It's strange. Being here. Anything?
In this cave or in this crater?
This is what we wanted, right? We thought he had the answers. But it seems like all he gave us were more questions.
He had some answers. They just lead to more questions. Like why the Spider Prince would send us up a mountain to meet gods he'd already killed.
And why someone from the Feywild with a mystic deck of cards is here in Liquier.
I'd love to find answers to those questions as well.
And why am I carrying a key to this world?
Yeah.
And what's his eye now?
Well, I think you're just whatever you want to be.
Your tribe. Just a different one.
Little brother, your god is very strange.
I think I is still cobalt in a way. But it's kind of exciting to be able to find out what else I is.
Do you think it'd help to talk to some of the other kobolds here?
Because I still understand them.
Of course you will. You're kobold.
A bit.
Maybe you'll understand them more.
Whatever happens next, it doesn't change where you've come from. It doesn't change who you are if you don't want it to.
Wills they change to me?
Maybe. But change isn't always a bad thing. We've all been through a lot lately, and, you know, maybe it's setting us up for the next bit.
What does you think I could be?
I think you could be I. You define who that is.
What do you feel like?
A god killer?
And a newly dead.
I wouldn't say that too loudly around here.
A god killer.
I maybe wouldn't say it too loudly anyway.
Kind of exciting though, right?
At first I thought maybe it was empty, but now I was kind of thinking maybe his room's to be quite full.
Think about it like this. Your world before was just this. Everything in these tunnels under the earth by the hearth. And now there's 1,000 different paths in front of you.
And maybe I can take some bits of this to them's out there.
Of course you will.
I just wants to be able to take some bits of out there to them's in here. But I don't think I will get to do that.
But you're doing it for them. for everyone here. You heard what he said.
I thinks as well that now I knows I is doing it for them, but not for themself. Before it was for all. But this is now just for them, not themself. I hopes themself is goods.
I think they are. I think they're just scared.
Then maybe what I is braver than a god.
Yeah,
I likes that.
kind of wild to think about, actually.
But I will not let it get to my head.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's a noise. It's like a little cough, a clearing of the throat, and a tap of claws on rock. And you see the same sandy-coloured kobold that first led you into towards this tunnel that led to Themsself. The one that you questioned on who they were and what were they beyond their role. And they're stood in the little open archway that leads into the area of crafting and making beyond.
Hello, kobold.
Hello, kobold. They look sort of askance at you. It's an unusually formal thing to say. I hope you shared good words with Themsself.
I slipped into kobold.
It was very complicated.
These things tend to be.
Have you spoken much with them?
Very little. Many of us have had questions.
And you haven't asked them?
But we have. The whys and the hows and a few whats.
Maybe you can start to think about the who.
They mull that. It's almost like you see them almost turning the word over in their mouth, saying it a few times to themselves, examining it as if it's something that they've just sort of dug up from underground, a colour or a shape that they haven't encountered before. Ooh.
Who the kobolds are. The way we do things is good. And it's right. And it makes sure that everyone is safe. But maybe there is something more in changing the way in which it is done. That the why you do the how for the who. Changing your relationship to that can be something even better.
Roll me persuasion.
Uh, 13.
Their eyes sort of look down and away, processing, digesting. Kobolds give short instructions. They tell very complex stories, but their interpersonal communication tends to be very direct and very to the point. And they sort of recalibrate, trying to assimilate this complex idea into the very simple way that your kind typically communicates with one another. Then they give a little nod. I think I understand a little of what that might mean.
There is a whole world out there, and it may seem unnatural.
Then he slips back into common.
But it is full of thems like these. And many of them is ready, ables, willings to help the kobold. And the kobold can help them.
Like with Scout. Like with a Scout.
Yes.
Where is Scout?
And slips into kobold.
In infirmary. I don't...
They is injured. They is in a place of healing's injured.
What's wrong with them?
Oh, no, they helps. They helps now. They was injured, but now they helps.
Oh.
With some of the others who is who still hurts, who is still injured. Injured.
I thinks you does not know the ways that the kobolds can help outsides. And if outsides is going to last much longer, it will needs what the kobolds can do. You may not understand and wants to do it yet, but when the helping is not just how it is done, but is chosen, there is something greater in this. Is a feeling that comes from in here and jumps from here to there, from there to there. And there is something warmer in this way of helpings.
They nod slowly, trying to take this in.
And what does you choose now? Choose, stew? Choose rest? Choose to see tribe?
I chooses to ask my tribe.
Did you say stew?
Yeah, yes, more.
Can everyone roll me insight checks? You can roll with advantage, I. 8.
15.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
23.
23. So a 23 and a 15. You absolutely see that this kobold is taken aback by how much stew Kel has already eaten and still wants more. And with a nat 20, you see they're very confused that you forgot about the stew, having eaten quite such a huge amount of it in a short space of time. For a kobold, you know, they are a quarter of the size of you, or half the size of you, and you put away 3 bowls of stew. I had you roll for it. It's my favourite thing listening back was I had you roll for how much stew you ate. So yeah, you see they're not you see they're definitely not offended or concerned, but they're just sort of blown away that you would want more stew.
Yeah, you can have more of the stew.
It's very good stew.
Yes!
And then they seem relieved that you have remembered that you had some.
What is important to understand is...
And then I'm going to slip back into kobold.
Yep.
each of them may choose for themselves, and some of us could go off and rest, and some of us could take some time to get sustenance. But it does not all have to be as one, and in a way, what is good for the individual is also still good for the whole.
And who decides on who will sleep? That if the group splits, who decides who will sleep and who will eat them?
Sometimes there is a discussion, but also it is essentially rooted in the will of the individual.
Right?
Individual,
This I'm going to say is like, I take an individual from common.
Yeah.
This is a radian, and a radian is one. This is an Elohim, and Elohim is a one, and a one is the first of the numbers.
Good job.
Give I a little pat on the head.
This is a Kelnis, a 1. And a Pamela,
No,
a Dolly, a 1.
a number 1. Yeah.
It may take a little time, but
Yes.
when you understand this, sometimes you allows the ones to feel and have even more, and you can still does what we does.
You see, like a thought drop into the.
I would like to have some stew.
He might likes you to join.
This one would like more stew.
I will go with you.
There are other numbers that comes after a 1,
One.
but soon I will figure this out.
Well, come with, follow for stew. Follow me for stew.
And they turn on their heel and walk through.
Who it likes to follow for stew?
Anyone want more stew?
No.
No.
Good for the stew.
So what do the rest of you want to do? Well, they will drift off, and this kobold starts to follow you, to allow you to follow them.
I think I might likes to find a scout.
Yeah.
I think you know what? I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to rest. Just going to go into the main half cave and
Great.
hunker down.
So we're going to go Hearth Cave for Ella, and we're going to go and try and go to the infirmary and try and find Scout for I and for Dolly. Kel's going to go and get some stew with this kobold. What's
I'm
Rayleigh?
just gonna wait behind while everyone goes off.
Okay. So initially, Kel, you go along with this this kobold, and the kobold has the energy of like a child giving a house tour. Like now, there's this sort of freeness about them, and there's
Wow, this is a very large cavern.
sort of gesturing pointlessly at things you've already walked through. And the first space that you go through is into this area that was crafting, where people kobolds were making very beautiful things, very small things, very simple things, but all communicating with this wordless ease. And it seems that word of you has spread. That when you get to the entrance to this crafting thing, there are still kobolds who are engaged in their tasks, but there are others who are just sort of looking at you, almost like they were waiting for all of you to come back out to see who these outsiders were, who so quickly, after entering the Old Dark, were given permission to go and speak to a god. Roll me a perception check. 18. So you hear a few different comments, and all of them are given. None of them carry any judgment. They are all simply sort of observations spoken out loud, so that all these observations could be shared, and the whole could come to a cumulative sense, kind of collectively, of what the situation is. And so you hear someone say,
He is very large, very large.
and you hear another one say,
Good.
and you hear another one much more under their breath saying,
3 bowls.
and it's almost like going through I suppose like a factory floor when some of the staff are on a break, sort of looking at you, considering you, not unfriendly, but not friendly, like you're a new plant or a new animal that has sort of wandered into a clearing. No one's quite sure what to do.
We is going for some stew.
Fourth bowl.
You hear, you're not sure where from, a gasp from somewhere.
Collective.
If they had
Story.
put
Yeah, like the little green men in Toy Story. And with this sudden, this kobold who's leading you through seems very puffed up, very, very puffed up, and they lead you out through this, through the group of kobolds, either tinkering or working or building or just standing and looking. So much so to the extent that as you go to pass through this cave and into the little area where you first had your stew, they have to part for you. So many of them have sort of gathered to have a look.
As I'm passing through. Hello. More stew.
Hello. Hey.
You're tall for a kobold.
Thank you.
They're all sort of moving through.
Thank you.
Let's go to Dolly and to I.
Where do they keep the medical caves around here?
This is something that I hadn't considered, hadn't really thought, but are you willing and happy and able for me to be able to almost smell the idea of when a kobold is injured, there's some sort of, there might be some sort of way of being able to...
Like a pheromonal distress signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what wasps do.
Yeah.
I also think that you, when you first met the member of your tribe, you said, "Where are the tribe?" And they went,
Yeah.
"Some are in the Hearth Cave.
Yeah.
Some are in crafting."
So is it like, I didn't want to just write lore of being
totally.
I feel like there's exactly like some sort of distress thing that would help kobolds find one another in
like when the queen bee releases something.
Yeah, so I would like to kind of...
I mean Beyonce.
When Beyonce releases an
I
album.
didn't think obviously.
Yeah, so I just sort of raises his snout.
Kind of weird when you do that.
I haven't done it for a little moments.
Roll me perception with advantage.
What does it smell like?
See what he rolls first.
9.
9. Yeah, that is enough. That is enough to realise that there is a sort of left-hand passageway which leads to the craft, the area that Kelnis has just been through. You realise it's not there. There is another passageway to the right. You can't pinpoint where it is, but you can pinpoint where it's not, really.
It has been a time, but is a smell of hurts and hope.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting stew.
I has a thoughts, and I doesn't knows how they might take it. But I would like to give that cobalt a name.
Which one? The one that we just...
A stew.
Oh, the stew. You want to give the stew a name?
No.
Start again.
The kobolds, the one we just
Yes.
did seize.
You want to call him stew?
Maybes.
It's a lovely idea, but do you remember how you felt the first time you met Parvis? I don't know if you want to force that on someone. You might not be ready. But you could ask him.
I could seize what they want.
I think that's exactly how to do it.
Yes. I think it is this way.
So you take that right-hand passageway, and it there's like a growing noise, like a cacophony of noise. It's strange to have something so loud and so chaotic in such an ordered space. So you realise what you're walking into before you're walking into it. You're walking into like what you guys would refer to as the Cradle, which is where the hatchlings are. And you
Baby kobold.
You in kobold culture, you don't have sort of assigned parents really. People will mate in pairs as the kind of mood takes them, and then the hatchlings are all reared collectively, and sometimes it will be your turn to do it, and sometimes it will be others, and there's not really that sense of I would literally have a biological father and mother, but I wouldn't know who they were, and it wouldn't really be important.
No. Can I get a sense of what the general what is happening with these? Is this like a moment of rest for them? Is this a moment of what is
it
this?
Never really is, because this is all the tribes of the world, all or potentially on different time zones. No. So what you hear is a few sort of kobold voice go, sit down, and as you take a bend in this, it is like it's chaos.
Okay.
There are a few, like, the hatchlings are like wrestling with each other. They're practicing their stealth. They're practicing their hunting. Almost like when you see a load of young lion cubs all kind of pouncing on each other and.
Yes. I want to be really respectful of everyone here, but
Listen. I is not kobold anymore. And so there is something that I wants to do because I has always wanted to do this, but it was always what was for the goods of the tribe, but now's it is their mess to cleans up.
And I takes off his pack, and he's gonna get down sort of like in a little kind of like all fours, and he's gonna go get all their attention, and he's gonna just start like sprinting like around like Bob and Bob, and like literally making this click noise, which is the noise like that they make when it's like, you know, when dogs do like the to be like I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's like to be like I'm playing.
It's like a water fight. It's just like they all start running around. They're like jump. There's all these little kind of clusters of groups of them who are sitting in nests.
Not allowed in nurseries, is it?
They are everywhere and anywhere. There are a few that you can see have been grouped round a little pile of rocks that they're pretending is a fire, and one of them is pretending to tell stories, like practicing being a storyteller, and immediately they like pick up the rocks and everyone's starting to like chuck pebbles at each other. It's an absolute cacophony of nonsense in here. It's feral.
And then amidst it all, I is gonna cast grease in the middle of the floor and create like a little bit that they like just literally slide, like these little kobolds are like sliding across on.
Let
me just use a spell slot.
Yeah, amazing.
Burn it. Third level.
There are like adult kobolds who immediately start like grabbing the very smallest ones who are like the most at risk of being crushed in the throng, and like people are going, you can hear them just kind of get them out of here, like not in a way that's absolutely not like this is a war zone, but just like a sort of no, trying to. They are constantly wrangling these things anyway. This is more than they have to deal with normally, but it's also just part of what their role is.
How is this room lit? Is it torches along the walls?
Yeah.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to change the colors of the fire.
It's like a firework display above an ice rink. It's just like everyone and everything. You look over and you see you see the first member of your tribe who first approached you and was so pleased to see you, and then and they are like holding a couple of like really newly hatched hatchlings. How was it?
Please ask him, can I hold one?
I will tells you if you lets a dolly holds one.
Yes. That reaches one out to you. Dolly, you can fit the entire creature palm to palm in your hands, they're still at that point of having been in an egg where they are naturally kind of curling themselves up into themselves. So it's almost that their snout is almost kind of touching their shins. And so as they sit in your palms, they sort of, their scales as well haven't yet hardened, so they're kind of soft.
So sleepy.
Yeah.
Is it like a little echidna where they're like a little bit furry? Have you ever Googled? I think they're called puggles. Google baby echidna.
Okay.
It's very important that you do it right now.
Let me see how accurate.
Because they're like
this is.
super chubby
Yes,
and
that's
soft.
exactly what it's like.
Other search engines are available.
Yeah. They're not dissimilar to that, to baby echidna. So they look almost like a cross between a sort of a lizard and a mole.
Have you ever seen a baby echidna? Can you lift that up for the table, please?
Can I put together? It's got my email
It's
address.
fine.
No.
You can Google
Doug will
it.
do
Google baby echidna.
You can ask Jeeves it.
ECHIDNA.
That was my
Guys,
chair.
can
Sorry.
we not get theatre of the mind?
Yeah, theatre of the mind, for God's sake.
How is description not strong
I
enough
know,
for you?
that's what I thought
Right,
it
this
was.
derailment is exactly what we needed.
This one's got hair.
So,
Or is it
so you
Sass.
hand this. He hands this little hatchling over to you, Dolly. Oh, can you roll me an animal handling?
Oh God!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Oh my
Give her the
God.
help action now.
Yeah, I'm going to immediately go.
Supports the head.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, so you can roll with
So
advantage.
give it help action.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20. Yeah, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. This thing does that thing that young creatures do, where they kind of it opens its eyes as you have it, and then for a second it sort of takes you in with these eyes that are too young to fully see, but it gets a sense of the presence of someone there, and then it just closes its eyes and goes back to sleep.
You were this adorable once.
I does not remember.
Once.
I think's probably it.
So,
Slipping into kobold.
Very layered and complex.
It's still in the background.
We may have had some differing opinions.
A little bit of spit up, sorry.
We may have had some differing opinions, and I don't think that I will ever change their mind, but I am hoping that maybe I can change the whole tribes.
right. Well, you've been a long time in the world. Alone.
I was a long time in the world alone. And then, very quickly, I was very unalone.
Cobalt?
No.
Oh.
Well, you have met them.
Put that dagger down. It's dangerous.
Where did they get a dagger from?
Immediately and without hesitation, as soon as I said, I just goes, put it down.
Yeah, roll me.
Knowing now that the feeling of these kids will see me as fucking cool. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I won't have
Yeah.
you. You're
Yeah.
a cool
Yeah.
uncle. You're the uncle who's in a band. He
Yeah,
comes up with stories from the road.
Just like a, put it down.
Okay.
And then because I said that in kobold, I'm gonna go, that's all you. And keep it up without ever look. Yeah.
You has a way. You has a way. They are very special. In a way that it is different from the way that the kobolds are special, but it is powerful in another way.
I hear you.
Do you want to spend forever in here?
Some days I will be with hatchlings. Some days I will be not only in this cave.
I mean beyond the cave. Do you miss the world outside?
They think about it for a long time.
I miss home.
What if you could make your own decision to go there, but also still be able to come here?
But I could not. I would lose one in gaining the other.
What if that was not always the way? What if you were all free to still have one another, but make decisions, choices for yourself? To choose to help. I am choosing to help them, but I am doing this as well so that I can help you. I want to make outside safer so you can come back here and go home whenever you please.
How would I know if I was making the right choice?
Can I roll insight as to? I know you're speaking cobalt, but
Yes.
like as to what the sort of maybe the general gist.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That is 14.
You get the impression of like a heavy conversation and a philosophical conversation.
When you look at this little guy, what do you want for him? You want him to grow up here? Or do you want him to, I don't know, do something more like what you've done?
I want him to be able to choose.
But he is very small.
Oh no, the decision-making capabilities right now are very limited. He wills becomes Abel's to makes.
We are all still these.
And he points at the hatchling.
We are all still these before Themsself. They has known the world since before it was.
So maybe you can show Themself that you has the potentials to be even more.
Roll me persuasion.
I think he's fallen asleep.
4.
Oh, you has a very good way with them.
A 4.
Yeah.
It's not a rejection.
No.
But they look at you and they just say,
Perhaps.
It takes sometimes for the ideas to becomes a feeling.
Yeah, big ideas
looks around him.
in a small cave.
Sometimes you need to take big ideas somewhere bigger.
Oh,
Hands.
that is very good.
Great supportings of the head.
You look and you see that what seems to have happened is like rather than try and divert them from their impulse, the kind of the adult kobolds have realised that what they actually need to do is sort of create a sort of protection ring around the chaos, and it's sort of kept it contained into a section.
What will you do now?
What is best for everyone out there and in here?
And our tribe would like to see you.
I thought you meant on a grander scale. I was thinking,
I did.
big picture.
I did.
Okay.
There is nothing grander.
I will find them. And he picks up his pouch.
Looks after them, looks after yourself.
Yes.
But you will understand in time.
And as he leaves, I'm going to turn to Donnie and go,
Watch this.
gets everyone's attention, and then just like gets their attention and just like does a little of the cape as he like disappears at the door, right?
Oh my goodness!
As Dolly then follows through, I'm sort of like just waiting on the other side, like just there.
Performance with advantage. That was the help action from Dolly 100.
14.
Okay, it's the kobold equivalent of that bit in the Prancing Pony where Aragorn is like in his cloak and then puts all the candles out with his hands.
And as Dolly comes around the corner, I go,
Did you see that?
That was pretty cool.
They will talk about I for their whole life.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll go back to just beyond this. The tunnels. Elwyn, you wanted to get back to the Hearth Cave. You wanted to rest.
Yeah, and I think before I sort of walk off, I'm going to turn around and offer Radiant my hand.
You go ahead.
Fine. I'm going to be in the caves. Once again, I find the gods infuriating and exhausting.
Me too.
Well, you know where I am if you want to talk about anything.
I do.
Make good choices, Radiant.
I won't.
I know. And I will then head off into the Hearth Cave.
Do you want to go via the way Kelnis went or the way the other two went?
I'm going to hear the noise, hopefully, that they've made,
absolutely.
and I'm going to go the way Kelnis went.
Right, okay, so you went the way Kelnis went. And again, you move first through this crafting area. And as you walk into that space, again, though you weren't there for it with Kelnis, there's this collective volume, audible sort of assessment of you that happens. Roll me a perception check.
That is a 16.
Okay. So you hear someone say, a human. And you hear someone say, likes to scout, but with red hair.
You know what? Let's just say yes. Yes. But I'm a human. That's good. I assumed none of you ever left the caves.
Yeah, we many of us still knows what they are. Some days between the rise and fall of the sun and moon, we trades.
What are you trading?
This one that you're looking at, which is a sort of dusky yellow cobalt.
We trades in fish, rides fish.
And another one says,
we trades in flowers.
What type of flowers?
All types. Very beautiful. Very bright. We calls them the morning. We calls them the dew. We calls them sunset, sun rising.
These are names that are entirely unfamiliar to you for flowers. You've never heard flowers described or expressed in this way.
Show me.
And they open up. They look over to one of these kind of areas where they're being crafted, and there's this collected sort of sack of sort of wildflowers. Some that look like bluebells to your eyes. Others that you would recognise that grow in sort of the gardens of places like fuchsias, things that you kind of cultivate, and orchids. But most of them are wildflowers, the kind of thing that you could stroll through a meadow and hold your hand out and come up with a bouquet of them if you just sort of grabbed everything in front of you.
My mum used to grow flowers. We used to have a huge garden back home. It's the only time we ever used to spend together that I didn't hate was picking flowers together.
Your what?
You know what? Don't worry about it, but someone older than me and very important to me, someone that sort of helps shape who you are as you grow up. Someone I guess kobolds don't really have.
Well, we has elders than us. We has youngers than us. We has Themsself.
I guess she's like Themsself to me.
Oh.
Kind of knows everything, but doesn't always get it right.
And then one of them says,
What did you call her?
She was my mother.
Mother.
And just like they did with Injured, you hear them sort of, almost like ripples through the group. Mother. This strange, unfamiliar word to them that carries so much weight for you that's like echoing off the cave walls.
There's someone that you love very much, even when sometimes you don't want to or you think you shouldn't. There's someone you can sort of never ever say goodbye to, even if you try to.
Well, is they here?
I wish they were. They're not. They're sort of in a safe place that I have. They're sort of with my tribe. A lot more people with red hair.
Oh, that must be nice.
Sometimes hard to spot in a lineup.
Where will you go?
I want to go look at the pictures. I wasn't very good at school of stories of the gods. Not sure how I feel about the gods, but I like stories. I like when people tell stories. The pictures you draw are amazing. Just want to see them again.
The Heart Cave.
Yes.
I can take you there, if you want.
Please, and tell me the stories. Help me understand them.
So this one quite deep brown kobold.
I will lead you there. I will lead you there.
And as they start to lead you, you pass kind of through the tunnels and past the first area where you were. And you kind of halfway down the last tunnel, you see that there is, that kind of you've caught up with Kel, and Kel is being led through. He has a bowl, has a bowl on the go, keeps being sort of held out. There's almost like someone going along, like with I want to say like a pitcher of stew that's sort of kind of keeping the bowl sort of topped up. And as he goes, they're sort of waiting for him to, like clearly you eat till you're hungry, and when you eat till you're no longer hungry, and when you're no longer hungry, you just stop eating. So there is this assumption that he couldn't possibly be ready to stop, so we just have to keep going.
If Kelmus is happy, I'm going to leave him there.
Yeah.
But it is very much like, you can't eat all of their food. They do need some as well.
The bowls are so small.
6 bowls.
Oh yeah, they can't count.
No, I was about to say they can't count. I didn't want to.
Many bowls.
Many bowls.
Just don't eat all their food, Kelmus.
I promise I won't.
I like to imagine they are literally just not refilling the bowls. They are just taking one and stacking it so they can see a visual representation.
Like a yo sushi.
Of how many, like a yo sushi. Like, so you can see how many.
Your bill's going to be wild.
And some of them
pay at the end.
And some of them, like there's one kobold there just stood next to it so they can figure out how it has eaten a full kobold height.
Like measuring a horse in hands.
Yeah.
So what you, while they're walking along with you, what this kobold tells you about is they tell you about they tell you the stories of the tribes. And they tell you about the kobolds of Jape, who sleep in the canopy. They teach you about the soft moss with which they cover the rocks where they sleep to make themselves more comfortable. They show you you realize that they are the same, they're from the same tribe as the kind of large muscular one who you first met, who carried a sling. And they show you that they too have a sling, which is oiled and has clearly been used for a long time, sort of bears the marks of their claws. And this beautiful collection of pebbles that they carry in a little bag around their neck, which have these opalescent striations on them. And they tell you about the things they've learned since they've got here. They tell you about the kobolds of Lode, who figured out how to tunnel into the rock to make bunks for people to sleep in. They tell you about the the kobolds from the splinters, who always complain that it's too hot because where they are it's so cold that ice is constantly forming on the inside of their hearth cave despite the fires that burn. And they continue to lead you until you are nearing the mouth of the hearth cave and Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
You are alone.
So watches everyone head off, and then wants to turn around and go back to where he met Themsself, if that's possible.
You want to go back into the histories and see Themself? Yeah.
And using the cover of the chaos of what's happening over there and everything, he kind of turns around and kind of moves into the darkness, not expecting to find anything, but just kind of very much walking with an attempt to be unseen, but walking back into the histories.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
While you roll, I'm going to do this before this moment, so I don't want to be sniffing through this.
Yeah.
Tell us how it's Tell us about it.
No.
12.
You hear a noise that you don't recognize.
I turn around, try and see if there's anything there,
There's nothing behind you.
and carry on walking in that direction.
You get back into the hearth cave, and Themself is over the body of Parvus. And this little multicolored god kneels next to them, and they're crying.
I try and kind of stay at a distance to begin with and listen to see if I can hear anything just beyond the crying.
They are... No, it's just... Roll me, insight.
8.
It's the kind of crime that makes you realize that you've probably never cared about anything enough to cry like that.
I call out. I didn't really expect you to cry.
And Himself looks up.
What did you expect?
I don't know. I don't know how gods feel. If gods can feel. Did you expect to cry?
These are not my only tears.
What do you cry for?
Roll me persuasion.
A natural one.
Things so vast, so terrible, so far beyond your understanding.
I'm beginning to understand my lack of understanding. The fact that maybe I won't understand all of this. I kind of point around to the walls. But I'd like to try. I think for a long time, I've been scared about knowing more about myself. And you seem to know more about me than I know about myself. I would like to know who I am. And I think you know, and I think you're not telling me for reasons. But I would like to know.
I knows your face from wishing to find one of my own. Before.
And they pull their hand down and they become the gnome with the purple beard.
Before this, I did not know you.
There are people like me on your walls.
I know what you are. I know from where you spring. But your story, the heart of you, that is not in my power to see.
Barabask.
And you hear Themsself make a noise, like a... you weren't there for the... But it's like the opposite of that noise. Not that you would know the meaning of that.
I think I can tell that you don't like Barabask.
No. The sinless. First among the Antiqua. New God. While an old God still lives deep beneath the earth.
You could do something about that, you know. I know you won't.
They cannot reach me here.
As I said before, we'd like to do something about that. And I know you cannot leave here. And I imagine that the answer will be no, but because I lack understanding, I will ask anyway. Is there anything you can give us to help us to at least take on a man, a being who would be God?
I can give you only this. As one who has been afraid. Barabask is more a slave to fear even than me. Barabask is a coward. Barabask has lofty ambition. His heart is weak. And I shall wake the dragons from their slumber. That I can do.
And then, what do we do?
Find your own way of surviving. Like I have done for mine.
And Themsself sort of stands up for the first time and comes around in front of the body of Barabask and stands in front of you.
I do not wish to see you fall. I do not wish to see any more death. But I must protect the few that I can. It is a world rages out there like a storm. And by my power alone, I cannot still the wind. It is too much, even for me alone. And so, I choose to stay here and to keep each cobalt safe.
I know. And I am not like the member of my tribe. I'm not like him. I do not judge you for your choice. I recognize that this is your choice. I would not do the same. But then again, I don't know what I would do if I were where you are now. Because sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing in the moment. But I would like to say thank you. If I have it my way, you will never see me again. If I do what I think has to be done to protect my friends, they will never have to see me again either.
What part of you needs my help the most? In your heart, what is your failing?
My feeling is that I don't know. I don't know. And I'm trying to know. And I'm grasping at things, I'm doing things, I'm trying to figure stuff out, and I'm failing all the time. I'm trying to be the person that I think my friends want to be, and I'm failing. I'm wearing masks because I think that people will accept me, and I'm failing. And I come back here because I think you will give me answers, but of course you won't. How do you know who I am? I'm no one. I'm nothing.
You were all something to her. She was proud of all of you.
And they're gonna put their hand out. You see Themsself take a deep breath, and they close their eyes and they put their hand on your chest. And you feel something like a heat rising in them and a heat rising in you over your heart. Roll me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Natural 20.
Sick.
I can. Awaken this.
And there is you're gone. You're not in the cave. You're staring into a face. It's the same angular golden skinned face that you've seen once before in a vision or a moment or a dream or a memory or an imagining or an idea like this. It's the same angular golden skinned face. And they reach a hand out towards you and you swipe them away. You realize you're sort of pushing their hand off your heart where they once placed it. And you hear your own voice. And you hear yourself say, "They stole her from me. They told me terrible things about what and who she was. They lied. I will do anything to make them feel the same pain they have inflicted upon me. And this golden-skinned Eladrin reaches out, and they put their hand on your cheek, and for now you let them. And you feel your own tears on your skin, and you feel them wipe your tears away with the ball of his thumb. And he says, "You do not need to do this, my boy." And you're back in the cave.
What was that?
I does not know, but it was yours. And Themsself takes their hand off your chest, and it's like this sort of shudder, this sort of softening of their legs, that clearly took a huge amount out of them.
I have to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you for talking to me, and I'm sorry about him. I feel like it's my fault in some way, and he was very good.
He was. It was not your failing. Nor his. You should rest.
I might ask one thing, and you can... One more thing. Maybe speak to I one more time before we go.
If I cannot lead him. If he truly wishes to lead himself.
He doesn't need a leader, he needs guidance. He doesn't need someone to tell him where to go, he needs someone to show him where to go.
And you hear the beginnings of the same sounds that you heard coming through the tunnels. In Themself's throat, you hear a... And then they say, "I does not know how to do that."
I don't know half the things that I do, and I do it anyway. Maybe you just figure it out as you go.
Perhaps.
But what do I know? You're a god. I'm just a god killer. I'll show myself out.
Dolly. You follow this new tunnel away from the cradle, and that smell that you're looking for, you start to smell it. It is it's not just the smell of. At first, you get that smell that is like the smell of cobalt fear or the smell of cobalt pain, and you're able to follow that and get sort of closer and closer. But by the time you can smell anything, Dolly, what you smell are you smell hortensia. You smell hortensia. You smell healing herbs, mud. It smells almost like an apothecary, and you would certainly recognize from your time as all the many things you've been, the smells of things that heal. And you move into a quiet quiet space. It's dimly lit, low-ceilinged. There are nooks carved into the rock. There are large flat stones with blankets, with straw. There are some very, very old kobolds here that are dying. Some very, very young ones who don't appear to be in any other trouble other than the fact they might be moments old. And you see a grey-skinned kobold approaches the two of you.
Right. What are you here for?
Oh, we're fine, right?
Need me to take a look at you?
No.
I turns to Dolly.
What does you smell?
Hortensia?
I would like to walk over and have a look and see if I can pick up some sort of something, healing paste, like sort of whatever might be around.
Roll me investigation.
5.
5. You go to sort of looking along there are these sort of pastes and rough wooden bowls that have pastes and salves that have a scent or have a colour, and you go to look at them, and this sort of grey-haired, grey-skinned kobold sort of knocks your hand away. Wait.
Hi.
What?
Can't just go taking stuff off.
This is for the fall and rise of this sun and moon. It falls on me
Yes.
to care for those in need. What
I
is you doing here?
Not wanting to take it. I just had a thought.
What is the thought? You has a tongue in your head? Come on.
I don't want Dolly to hear this bit, so I'm going to slip into Kobold.
I think this one thinks that they're meant just for hurting people, but I want to show them that they actually, I think, are very good at helping and healing.
What? What is good for helping and healing?
Them. They are. That they have an understanding that I think there is something inside their head that tells them that they're maybe that they hurt more than they help. And I want to show them
That she can heal?
yes,
Oh. Well, she's welcome to try.
may I?
Yes? She said. Going and grabbing everything. Picking up my things.
I thought we were here to see Scott.
Can I grab what can I see that I could?
Roll investigation with advantage, because now you can have a proper look at everything.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, there are things that are just like things that are painkillers. But, the idea of death in Kobold's society is very different.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, people have their time and they have their seasons, and then they start to fade, and they often will spend a lot of time in the hearth cave, and they have more stories to tell, so that's an even better thing that they can do. And then it's once your stories start to go, really, that's when they just give them the best food they can give them, and they give them the comfiest place to be. And if they're in any kind of pain, they give them something to just numb that pain. And that's what you find. You find a sort of sweet, something sweet. You would know that there isn't a lot of sweet stuff, so this is really reserved for the very young and the very old. And there's this sort of sweet honey-like paste into which just sort of numbing and soothing herbs are placed.
I would like to hold up the paste.
What does you smell?
Roll me medicine.
3.
3. Just the sweetness of it. It's such an unnatural smell after all of this decay.
Oh, it's potent, whatever it is. It's hard to get anything from after being done here for so long. I'm still just getting the hortensia, mostly. Why? Why are we doing this?
exit.
Why?
You sees thems.
Yeah?
Goes to them.
I don't know. Okay. I'll...
I relay and explain what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to really take a gamble and a risk on the dice. And say,
Does what you think is right.
Okay. I'm gonna approach one and say, like, hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Very tired. Very tired.
You look like you've told some good stories in your time.
It's this kind of fading cobalt, like even the colour of them is dimmed. And they sort of try to leave themselves up so they can lean on an elbow, and they say,
I remember.
And they look up to the ceiling of the cave.
When I was... I was...
I don't know if you know much about tieflings, but we love stories. I would love to hear one from you now. And I don't know how much time you have, and she's gonna I assume she has a ready supply of spoons.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, how could she not?
Yeah, roll for that.
Yeah. And sort of take a bit of this.
Yeah.
And sort of be like, if you have time.
And the kobold nods and sort of leans forward.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna...
You give them this. And you watch as they swallow it down. And their eyes open and there's like a flicker of something. And they tell you a story of a tree whose roots were so great and so powerful that they could wrench themselves from the earth. And a tree that, if it favoured you, would allow you to sit in its highest branches and would walk through a forest made of more trees like itself. And that the flowers and the fruits would greet one another. And that the sun would rise and sit high in the sky and fall and fade, and the night would be full of stars, and the moon would be new and white. And if you listened closely, you could hear the tree sing.
Wow. Where did you hear that one?
It is not one I heard.
You came up with that?
I has walked with the trees. Long, long time ago.
That's a good one to leave behind.
You has it now.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then you see this sort of honey, whatever it was, start to fade. The effects of it start to fade. It was like this brief flickering, or like a damp fire that breaks into flame and then is doused. And the last kind of really coherent thing they give you before they kind of go back to where they were is they look at you and they say, "Be sure to tell it."
I will. I promise.
You knew what to do, and how's to help.
Just did what anyone else would do.
But I think it is more than this. The things that you knows that you can't help, but I think the more is that it might actually be parts of your very nature.
No. I do what's right in the moment. Usually what benefits me.
I think even if you doesn't see it now,
I takes the pace and is like,
I sees it, and I hopes you will at some point.
Thanks. Always the most optimistic one, aren't you?
But when you does not know what lies ahead for what you even is, I think maybe I has to be.
You both get a real strong hit of Hortensia. And you realize it's beyond this space where you are now. There's a narrow passage. And the Hortensia scent is really strongly coming from down that passageway.
was I get to, within this pace that was fed? Was there a centre for Hortensia in that?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
cool.
This is a Hortensia is an unusual. I will say as well. Hortensia is a very, 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 very unusual thing to smell in a cobalt cave. You've never smelled it before.
You smell this?
Mm-hmm. Shall we?
I think so.
And you follow it into an even smaller area than the one that you were just in. And this has clearly children in the midnight moon. There is about a dozen of them in various stages of recovery. There's a lot of Hortensia here. There are some that look like they are still at a place of deep, painful recovery, withdrawal. There have been kind of buckets that have been laid out for people who need them next to their bedrolls. There are people who are shaking and sweating. There are others who are sitting up and having what looks to be very thin soup, taking on a little water, starting to speak to one another again. And then there are others who are kind of moving around between the beds and helping. And there's one that you look at, Hollie, and you know exactly who it is, and then they're so different and so changed that they can't possibly be. Scout had long, beautiful golden hair. And this person, though they wear Scout's face and have her mannerisms and her voice, the hair is short and matted and patchy, and it looks like it's been cut with shears a long time ago. But other than that, she's, as you remember, she's angular, and as she leans over someone in a bed and helps them drink a little water, she smiles and she's gap-toothed, and she is has these sort of twinkly hazel eyes that are always watching. But for now, she's entirely immersed in what she's doing.
I'm gonna hang back until she's done what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. And you watch as she goes from bed to bed, and then the last thing she does is tends to those who are in the most difficulty. Kind of crouches down, strokes someone on the forehead, and then stands, and she's wearing a sort of apron over her clothes that is sort of filthy. She looks tired. Mm-hmm. And then she looks at you. No way.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
She runs to you. And she throws her arms around you.
I'm gonna allow it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just reserved.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I asked you first.
Roll me persuasion.
Can I roll insight as well on Dolly's reaction to the
Natural
hug?
20.
Natural 20, yes. And yeah, sure, roll insight on the...
It is 16.
Dolly's on... Joelle, why don't you say what I would get from you with a 16 on insight?
I mean, happy to see a familiar face and that they're in relatively good spirits, but also, she knows I'm not a god. She knows Nox wasn't a god. So, yeah.
I was down here. He sent me down here.
Why did you go?
Because I've been robbed of the choice by then. I was too far gone. I'd have done anything that he asked.
Did you come here with him?
No. Oh, God, by the nine, no, You left.
I didn't leave.
They took you from him.
Yeah.
And then he left.
Ran, yeah.
And then it was me and Indy. And I just wanted to be somewhere else. And when he'd first brought the odd supplies in, when Asker had helped him get them in,
Continue.
well, I kept a bit for myself. I wanted to know what we were, if we were going to be giving it to people, I wanted to know what it did.
Scout.
I know that now, obviously. But I got in a little deep. And I couldn't get enough. And I couldn't get any more. And then I heard there was a place where someone could get you a lot. And I didn't know who that someone was, and I came down here. And I did recognise him, but it took me a while. And I said, I needed to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said how sorry I was that it took me all this time, but I was a bit, it hit me. I mean, it hit me like a charging horse. I mean, it just, and he said that was good. It was good that I told him and that I could be an asset. And I said I wanted to be. I said I wanted that. You got to remember. You remember how fast I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't miss much. And he said that because he could trust me, he could give me some of his. And I don't know what it was he was using, but I couldn't handle it.
No.
And then he said I'd get used to it, and I didn't. And then he said, well, then you should probably stay out of sight, because he didn't want to worry the others. So then I was in these, it was like it was underground. It was like a light cell.
In Haven?
Yeah. And he said it was safer for me there, so I was there for a bit, and then I really wanted to get out. And then one day he said, just there in front of me, he'd given me enough to keep me going, And he said he wanted me to lead the group down here. So it was something to do. I could prove it. I could do something, so I did, and then...
What's down there?
So many of them. So vast. and I couldn't even breathe. And I wanted to get out, but there was more gloam back then, and they were watching all the time, and I didn't really have the strength. And one night there was a group of us. It was me and Ali and Uriah and Mish, and these are the names of those that you first met in the clearing before you made your way in a few days ago. I didn't make it above the ground. I just kept going deeper. And then I just thought I was gonna die. I just sort of was hoping to. And I remember lying with my back to the rock, and then the rock just went. And
Cobalts.
yeah. And they've been they taking real good care of me these last days. I feel like I can't believe how quick I feel like I ought to, you know, and there's a fair, she gestures to the room, there's a fair chunk of us now down here that they've taken in a lot. They've been real good to us.
I'm glad you're safe. But the damage he's done to all of these people.
He'll get what's coming to him.
He already has.
You?
Of course.
That's good.
Wasn't gonna let anyone else do it.
Wasn't quick, was it?
No.
That's good too.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, Themsself says that we can be here, that we can be part of the tribe, or at least a different part of it, I suppose. I sometimes... Yesterday they had me help with the hatchlings and then decided that wasn't a very good idea.
No, I can't see that going well.
So I just thought, well, the quicker I get this lot up and on their feet, the quicker we can be of use.
Yeah.
I don't think we're leaving. I don't really mind that.
You don't want to leave?
Not with what's out there. Not with how long it would take us to find our way back.
Yeah.
I feel good, I feel strong, but I felt that way before, and there's a lot of it that's right in front of me.
It's under your
you know?
skin. Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm ready to take the risk of... It's Moorish.
What are they doing with it? The gloam. What's...
It's going Baroon. He wants to,
Wanted to.
Yeah. He wanted to get to the council.
And that's... Even if he's gone, is that still their plan?
The gloam's the gloam. They'll do what they were aiming to do, I suppose.
How do we stop it?
Tell Baroon, warn them what's coming, get them to stockpile water, find different streams, purify it, put Hortensia through the pipework, I don't know, but something.
How long do we have?
I've been down here. Must be. It's hard to tell. It's gotta be months. The first shipments went just before I did. I suppose it could already be too late.
No. It can't be. It can't be.
How many moons is this month?
To full. From no moon to full moon, crescent moon, back again.
What is the path of the Somnium to Barun?
Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know. I mean, they can't. They'll probably follow the river.
Does you know if this is one of many places that's ascending Somnium?
I've got no idea. Sorry.
There is a chance then that if we takes this place away, that's at least this could be.
Stops the supply, right?
I've tried many strains. None like they have here. None. The quantities, the intensity. It's different down here. Something makes it different down here. You know what I think it is? I think it's all the magic.
Themsself?
Yeah. Like it's in the stones or something. But it's gotta be.
We gotta move down there. We gotta see what's. I mean, you'll be fine.
Yes, I.
And I
I'm
hold
sorry.
out,
Sorry.
And Scout does it like perfectly. Scout's done this something like 1,000 times. Scout does it like you're spudding, like just with the kind of that easy kind of casual.
Yeah.
Has the kobolds found a way of making a paste with this hortensia?
Well, they make a like a tincture that we put on the tongues of these. That's I've heard that's the best way to do it. I mean, there were those back in Haven even who were still, who had the potential. I forget her name, but it's all a bit of a blur. There was one back in Haven who could do it.
You has skills with healing.
I've got a little. Get me?
After some time, it
goes in.
Yes,
it goes in.
Does you understands?
And then I sips into kobold.
For example, if I were just to, is there any sort of, has any of this seeped in?
My name is Scout.
Scout?
Slipping back in.
Speak.
Slipping back into common.
Fuck.
I've picked up a little bit.
We're a fast learner.
Quick study. You tried doing that in 3 days. Do you speak any?
Oh, God, no.
You is smart.
I have my ways.
Does you thinks there is a way that you might be able to make a paste with
I could put my mind
hortensia?
I could put my mind to it, sure.
I thinks when you is not here. I gestures vaguely in the direction of where the others may be.
Sorry, you've been eating that stew for a long time.
I thinks you has the wraps.
Somewhere.
A pastes across this is a stronger protection.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It stinks, mate.
But it might provide a better protection.
Sounds like we're gonna need it.
Why? Where are you going?
I wants to make sure I gets this right. We is going to fucks them up.
Yes. We're gonna fuck them up.
Good luck.
Felt pretty cool saying this.
Oh, well,
We have to.
well, in that case, roll me a d6, Dolly.
6.
Okay. You get Scout goes over to a sort of shelf of things she's been kind of making and preparing and using to help the others.
And she's going to give you 6 healing potions. And when you use them, roll a d20, and if you get an 11 or higher, it'll be a greater healing potion. She's not made these that often. She doesn't know how strong they are.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, that should keep you going for a bit.
Thanks.
It's all right.
Really missed you, you know.
Oh, I really missed you.
She is kinds of great.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best.
All right.
You seen any of the others?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah? How are they?
Ask is good.
Oh,
of course she is.
She tried to, She was furious.
Really?
Oh, after you'd gone. I never heard anyone tear a strip off him like she did.
And... Indy?
Oh, yeah, how's the boy?
He's been better.
Okay. But he's probably been worse as well, knowing Indy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's all right, though. He's safe.
I hope so. The last time I saw him could have gone either way.
Indy.
Jail.
Oh.
Roll a deception. Roll deception. No, I'll tell you. What are you trying to roll deception for? Dolly, roll deception. Let's have I roll insight.
It's 30.
30.
Mm-hmm.
25.
Oh, okay, you're lucky. So essentially, you realise what Dolly's doing.
Yeah.
And she does it brilliantly, and you have enough about you to try and support her in what she's doing, rather than missing the point completely and being like, "Well, you sent him off to the guards."
Yeah. So I just kind of looks and just kind of gives a little sort of nod and just a kind of thumbs up.
We're all hostages to fortune, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad the right ones made it out okay.
Yeah. It was good to see you.
Stay safe.
Yeah, I will. I'm not going anywhere. It's great down here. Stew. Mainly stew. But hey, they've got, for now, plenty of it.
Not for
That's a
longer.
relief. That's a relief. This lot are amazing. They do half a bowl, and often they'll say, "That's me done," and then never runs out.
I don't think they'll be inviting many more Dragonborn down here for a while, but...
Got Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
They're fun.
If you think stats is cool, we is going to find dragons.
What? How?
Not really sure on the details yet, but...
Stag something.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Yes.
Going on a stag. Wow. Big night. I've seen a dragon on a stag, mate. All right. I best be getting back to him. Got to do a round of She leans in quite close to you. Got to do a round of emptying the bucket.
Never figured you for the caring sort.
Neither did I. But it turns out, for all their faults, she gestures to this group of people. I kind of like them. And I'd do what they need me to do. There's a sort of funny kind of peace with it, really.
The streets of Bruin feel very far away a bit.
Don't they? I miss real. You remember those late night meat skewers? You never bloody tried them, but when they'd sold everything else out and they were still sizzling, and they went a sort of greyish.
Wasn't one for me, but
Yeah. I mean, it was every other day. If you flip a coin, every other day you're just.
No, I remember
retching off them.
I remember the bathroom.
My God.
Your god is dead.
Oh, yeah. She looks off into the middle distance. Oh, yeah.
I want to take Scout's hand.
Yep.
Just say,
Smells it automatically. Oh, sorry, we're not doing that.
While you was here, tries to show them that your helping is from a place of wanting and a place of love, and is special. That it is different from them helping, that while theirs is love as well, it's more the want than the duty.
Well, on that, you know, Granny, and points back into the grey. I said I liked her. Turns out she's here every day now. That's nice. First few days she was chopping and changing. But I like her. Reminds me of my mum. She's double hard.
I likes this.
No.
I'll tell him. I'll be the change I wish to see in the world.
Scarred. All right.
Shoot for the moon, you might just touch that. I can't remember.
No, it's best that you don't. Just leave the words to me.
Yeah. You still keep that journal?
Yeah. Oh, God. Here we go.
Anyway.
Off you goes.
as we leave, I turns to Dolly.
I thinks if I can't be a kobold, maybe I could be double hard.
You already are double hard.
And you, as you move out through the passageway that leads out of the infirmary, there's this kind of confluence, and it meets the entrance to the Hearth Cave, where you see Kel. By now, like a stack of bowls, very much like a Winnie the Pooh honey situation, where he's just Kel doesn't have a belly, but Kel is like bloated as hell off stew.
How many bowls would you say?
I would say it is.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
Roll for it.
Roll for it. Yeah, roll for it.
What a percentile die. Should I roll a percentile die?
Yeah, roll a percentile die. Yeah, roll. Yeah.
Percentile.
Yeah, roll me that, and then roll me another one for the units.
Jesus Christ.
Another percentile dice for the
Yeah, so you roll it. So that's your percentile, and then roll a regular D10.
Oh my god!
They're starving down here now.
52 balls.
So
They're small plates, right?
So what we now see.
They're like little very small like rice bowls that you'd have in it.
Yeah. So what we now see is 3 kobolds stood on each other's shoulders with a stack of bowls for measuring.
Make
And every time, when the next one climbs up on the other one's shoulders, there's like a little pull out down the floor.
I'm going chug, chug, chug.
And Elowyn is stood kind of looking into the Hearth Cave. And at this point, Radiant emerges as well, the 5 of you, stood next to the entrance to this, the kind of the centre of the home.
I would have thought you might have stopped this.
I tried. But there was so much noise coming from the other direction. But I didn't know if you were in trouble. And actually, I think they're in trouble. I don't think they've got any food left.
We're not done down here yet. You know that, right?
I could really use a latrine.
That's between you and your dead gods.
Sorry, that was on.
What does that mean?
It means she doesn't care.
Dolly.
Is you?
And I gets a real close look in.
I has not seen this before. Is you sweating?
Yes. Robert,
You look a little green around the scales.
I'm very full. That was so good.
Don't want to hear it.
I take.
Nope.
I keep trying to get
Nope.
Eloin to eat more stew.
I haven't eaten any.
She says,
You've eaten it all.
Yeah.
There is no more stew. You have eaten all of it. Nope.
I'll make more.
Turning to Radiant, having just had this moment of commune with my god, is there any sort of like, can I sense any kind of...
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What about you?
Just waiting for you guys. I think we should rest up and finish up whatever business we have down here, because it sounds like we have some work to do.
You don't want stew?
No.
I agree with Rads.
Yes, I think you should stop eating the stew.
There's something I'd like to do before we rest, certainly
Throw
before
up?
we go.
Yes, I think this might...
No. I
No.
could use a poo, though.
That's on me for asking, really.
Now's the time to
That's
cast the poo spell.
It's my fault.
Oh my god.
No, you may have to help me with this guy.
With this poo?
No, not with the poo rats.
I is beginning to sweat as well.
It's never happened.
And Kel proceeds to basically give I a recipe that he would like to have made by the kobolds if possible.
He's not eating more now.
It's not food. It's not food.
Okay.
So he describes a lemon meringue.
Different stomach.
With extra cream.
There's always room in dessert, tummy.
I would like to ask if they could make me a special paste made from somnium. It's not special, it's just a paste.
From somnium?
Yes, from somnium.
From the mushroom?
From the mushroom.
Okay.
It's, I'll tell you why later.
No,
I
Kel.
don't need a lot. It's not for me.
I can carry it.
It's only a small amount. I don't know, 8, 10 mushrooms, crushed up and mixed with a little bit of tallow or something like that. And
It does not have to go near it. I can...
squished together
That's not the point.
and melted together. It's not for me, Dolly, don't worry.
And who's it for? I don't know the way you're looking.
Whoever gets in our way.
We want to use it on our enemies.
Maybe.
He does have a lot of them.
Well, that's true.
It's not a bad idea.
Isn't it?
Okay.
No, you do what you want.
I think I've heard that if you condense somnium down into a paste, you can anoint blades with the essence. It does not kill. It confuses.
Is it safe for you to have on your blades?
As long as you don't cut yourself with your own blade.
Don't typically tend to cut myself on my own swords.
Speak for yourself.
I was about to say, I was more thinking about this one.
Awkwardly holding the staff of defense.
I think putting paste on that would not do a lot.
I wouldn't.
No.
Can you ask if someone can make this?
I can ask, and I can carry it until it is needed to be safe.
What have you both been up to?
Dolly has been helping. And healing.
No.
Dolly has been giving nice moment to someone who needed it a lot.
Doesn't sound like what you said and what I heard do not sound like the same thing.
Oh, there's hatchery just down there too. So
babies?
cute. You need to go there right now. It's so cute.
I'm not going.
How wound up are they?
I might give it a bit.
You remember how I was when he had those 4 toffee apples?
It's a rumor.
A little bit north of that, yeah.
I'm good.
But when you go, if you does go and you wants to go, when you walks in, does this. Yes.
No, you see kobolds around.
Like a cat when you go...
excited to try and play.
That seems quite powerful.
I think we need to rest up, right?
Oh, we definitely do.
Before I rest, I would head off to just ask and see if someone, while we're resting, could rip up a...
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the place to be would be the hearth chamber, which you're at the entrance. So,
Can you find out where the toilets are as well, please?
It doesn't quite work like that, but there is a place.
How does it work?
I don't. You will not find what you is used to above ground.
3 seashells.
one for that, one for that, one for the other. 2 of them they bin, 1 of them they keep, actually.
Someone walks up to you with a seashell full.
Whoa!
God.
Okay. So I heads in first. Do the rest of you following into the hearth?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the destination I was heading anyway.
So, this hearth chamber is bigger than any you have ever seen, any underground space any of you have ever been in. And within it is this great fire, the warmth of which radiates out towards you even as you stand beneath this low curve where the tunnel meets the entrance. And it seems to be constructed as an amalgamation of all the hearth caves of Reliquiae, all the caves you saw in that space beneath Alvelion. So in the walls, bunks and awnings have been carved into the rock to offer places of rest and privacy. There's soft moss and animal pelts that line the floor. The smell of cooking is mingled with that of flowers that bloom in little clusters around you. There are strange sculptures and pictures that are familiar and unfamiliar, some of stone, some of what appear to be fish bones. And then away in the ceiling are holes so that the smoke of the fires may escape into the world beyond, with these icicles that, despite the smoke, cling to the rock. And you take that step into the hearth cave, and you see the backs of some of these kobolds sort of stiffen, and heads turn. And of those heads, every single head that turns, you realize is one of your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And you look behind you, and the rest of you are a few steps behind and you hear footsteps coming down the tunnel behind you, almost like a hive mind. As he's entered the place of home, more tunnels that lead off into different places beyond this hearth chamber, more and more kobolds, every one of them that you recognize. And you stand still in the center, and they gather around you, the other kobolds backing off to make space. And your tribe stands around you, forming wider and wider concentric circles. And every face that you can remember, every face is here, they're all accounted for. And then those on the outer circle, they raise their arms and they place them on the shoulders of those next to them. And then the next circle closer to you does the same, and the next, and the next, and the next. Until you're surrounded by all these kobolds, and they all just take one step into the center, one step into you. And you have this sensation of being held by everyone who knew you and cared for you and who you ate with and who you shared stories with and who you fought with and wept with and laughed with. You're all here. You're all together again. And then the moment is over and they just break and they head back to their food and the tasks that are theirs for the rest of this sun and moon. And we'll take a little break there.
Hello there. It's resident Sylvanian families enthusiast and 2003 Bristol School's Intermediate Latin reading champion, Benjamin Mark Starr here. Oops, did I just use my legal name? Maybe, but know this. The law doesn't scare me anymore, not like it used to. I speak to you now because we at Natural 6 are aware that some of you have made some complaints recently, and we want to address them head on. We think that in the spirit of transparency, we owe you that. Yes, we know that members of Natural 6 are no strangers to controversy. We are fully aware of our dark pasts. Hollie's short-lived career in the UFC, that time we discovered Harry had eaten his unborn twin in the womb. Aoife's feud with the cast of Wicked, Aoife joining the cast of Wicked, the cast of Wicked joining the cast of Natural 6, Doug's fleeting but passionate affair with Mudeng. Mudeng, no. And that time, Alex committed murder. I, on the other hand, am squeaky clean, like a perfectly bleached arsehole having spent all day at the arsehole cleaning factory for that deep extra clean. I can part my puckered lips and speak to you plainly, without fear of emitting the pungent odor of deceit. Lean in, smell my truth, taste it if you like. In short, we hear you, we love you. You're here for D&D for fuck's sake, and we've given you dungeons. You can't move for the bastards. Every week, Harry gives us a new dungeon. We get it, Harry, there's dungeons. Come on, Harry, give it a rest. But where the fuck are the dragons? Every week, we get comments like, still no dragons. Oh, I was really hoping to see one dragon this week. I only come here because I derive sexual pleasure in the remote presence of improvised dragons. If I don't see a dragon this week, I'm going to kill my entire family. Also, Ben seems like a nice guy. Firstly, thank you. I do like to think of myself as a nice guy. Secondly, thank you for asking for more dragons. We're so glad that you feel so passionate about dragons. Everyone needs to feel something once in a while. So, for all you scale heads out there, we're changing things up a bit. Every month, the cast of Natural 6 will upload one image of a dragon. Big ones, small ones, but most of all, sexy ones. Because you deserve it, and we desperately need the money. Think of it as our version of OnlyFans, but for people who want to Smaug. And if you're lucky, we might upload a sexy dungeon once in a while. You know, the kind of dungeon that you really want to tastefully nude dungeons. Think of it. So treat yourself and head on over to patreon.com/Natural6 and ensure that lizard lover XOXO's family didn't die in vain.
And we're back.
Woo! Wow.
What an advert. What an advert.
Some
that
might say
strong.
Our best yet.
And that's why either that's a new, original best yet advert.
Nope.
Hang
Hollie
on. Or it's a repeat of what we think is the very best one we've ever done.
As picked by whoever's editing that episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it a good one.
Is this the banana advert? Is that the one we're talking about?
No, we had that not
said
that long ago. That I think bananas came back recently.
Oh, is that
Only some
actually a
lemons,
thing?
baby.
Is that
No,
actually,
not
hang on,
lemons.
is bananas actually a thing?
Which
I
is
thought
one-
Doug
which
was
is
doing Doug was doing like a dirty joke, and I was.
Oh,
gonna
I thought
pretend.
it was scurvy, lemons, and oranges and bananas.
You were doing that. Weren't you?
It could have been a dirty joke.
I thought that was what you were doing, and I was going to be like, we're not releasing
I
that.
just chose the most salacious fruit I could think
There
of.
you go.
Okay, so it was, as ever with Doug, it's just a
What's
salacious
the most
fruit.
dick-shaped thing?
Yeah, what's the most dick-shaped thing I can currently think of? So, to be honest, it's often bananas, it's sometimes dicks.
Yes, dicks.
Every once in a while, an aubergine.
Oh.
Eggplant for our American listeners.
Yeah, welcome. Those of you across the pond, how are you doing over there? Right.
Right, okay.
You didn't really want an answer to that, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
So, you have...
Nice whiplash.
It's quite, again, we started late. It is late.
Yeah.
It's already 5 o'clock in the evening.
Penis, 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 last time.
It's every intro ever.
Can I apologise
Why?
to the audience?
Go on.
We do respect you. We really do. And we appreciate
Oh, we do. I think we respect our audience
We
hugely.
really appreciate you sticking with us, that we're like this, and then we're like that. We love
No,
it.
I think you really respect our audience because you get this most fun, most real version of us.
If you don't love us, at salacious fruit, you don't deserve us at the top of the sanctum.
Also, what are you doing here on episode 37?
Yeah. Wow.
Also, top of the sanctum. Sorry, we had the best thing we've ever done on top of the most phallic building in the world. Come on, everyone. Come on.
Sounds like a good night. Last
Last time.
So, you have all, the rest of you, just watched as I has entered the hearth chamber and been embraced by his tribe. And then as quickly as that moment seems...
Sneeze.
You're gonna sneeze. Okay.
No, carry on.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we'll make a jump.
No, do not touch me.
As quick... and as quickly as that moment arrived, it's gone. What are you feeling?
Momentarily stuck, frozen in place, and kind of disarmed. Because I had just begun to think about what I could be that isn't kobold.
And roll me a wisdom check. It's not a saving throw. There's nothing for you to avoid. I just want to see...
Oh, don't you dare touch my dice.
Touch his dice.
That is... sorry, my brain is gone.
It's okay. Just to add your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, it's a 0 still. That's 17.
17. Yeah. Okay, so with your... I'm going to say that gives you sort of ability to marshal your feelings reasonably well into a shape that you want. What are those feelings as they coalesce?
Caught off guard, but a sort of stoic kind of... Honestly, I don't...
It's okay not to know as well.
Yeah, just take it just off guard, but managing to kind of cover it well.
Great. We'll treat that 17 like a performance then, essentially.
Okay, yeah.
We'll say that was you. That's you attempting to continue to be the kobold you intended to be walking into this space.
Yeah.
And just as has happened in every place you've been into so far in the Old Dark, there's you're kind of the talk of the town in a way that it's not Children of the Midnight Moon like. There's not people wanting to reach out and touch you. But there's certainly like a sense of like, oh, they is here. How do you respond to the eyes, the organ, not the character, on you?
The ones plugging our holes.
The ones
plugging our holes here.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna, this is Ai's moment, and just want to kind of make myself small, so find somewhere quiet to sit at the back.
Can I see if I observe that and notice that?
Roll perception.
No, I don't. That's a 3.
Mm-hmm. So I think you're so befuddled by what's just happened and so caught unawares by it. It's a little bit like trying very, very hard to convince yourself you don't want to be home and maybe running from it. And then, not that you ever truly did, but that feeling of sort of running from home and then realizing that actually it's safe. Whether or not it's right, it's safe.
I turns to Ellie and says,
I think I might sorts of maybe understands a little bit what you felt in a ways. I don't know if it's the same, but something.
It looks the same. It's knowing you can go home. That's worth more than anything I've ever seen or owned or wanted. Knowing that they still want me.
But once I leave, I can't.
It doesn't look that way to me.
We will see.
Bring them some more stories. Go out, have an adventure. See more of the world, and come back and tell them all about everything you did.
And stew.
And stew.
They will need it now.
Lean.
Cardle, there's a ton of dried fish.
Yes.
Can I have a look around to see if there is anyone who might still be looking at me, or if they are just all back doing their thing?
Yeah, roll perception with advantage.
Well, I rolled 18 twice.
Oh. So there are those who have been assigned tasks, and everyone's gone back to their tasks. But an important task for kobolds is also rest. You will be assigned a day, depending on your need, where someone will say, today you need to rest, today you need to listen to stories, today you need to be brought food, today you need to sleep when your body feels like it needs sleep. And so for those who are resting from your tribe, and how large is your tribe?
Adult? No, not including I would say 40, 50.
Great, I had 60 as an upper limit in my head that I was going to stop you at. So yeah, so great. So there's sort of between 3 and 5 dozen adults. And so it's fair to suggest that maybe 6, 8 of them have been assigned rest today. And they are looking at you with a real unguarded openness. With that, a feeling of, if you want to talk, we can talk. If you want to be quiet, we can be quiet. Quite happy to do that. You know, there's that sort of, there's an ease in them.
Aradian, can you come to me?
Yeah.
I was going to ask them something first, but I just comes with me.
Okay.
And I like to make my way over to these resting kobolds.
They're sitting in a little cluster next to the fire. Your tribe are the tribe that first figured out how to create ventilation holes in cave roofs, and therefore you're sort of, other than like down in Aston where they smell particularly floral.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you. You're like a good smelling tribe because you figured out air circulation. Not all tribes smell as good, and so it stands to reason that your group would be kind of like near the fire, figuring out what things burn well, figuring out, making sure that the smoke is kind of feeding out to where it needs to feed out.
I want to go over to them, and I want to say in Draconic and Kobold,
I don't need a long explanation. I don't need many words, but I just want to understand as quick as I can. What did it feel like when you left me behind?
They look at each other, and it's almost as if they're deciding on nominating a speaker. And a pinkish red kobold, who you know is a very good. She's often suggested for. She's often assigned to be the person who chooses other people's jobs, and if not, she tends to take leadership roles in, whether she's in the infirmary, whether she's in the Cradle. And they sort of look at each other and they nod to her.
It has been unsteady. Like a leaking vessel that cannot hold its shape, like a stone that rocks as you sit on it.
I am going to tell you something now, and I want you to understand. I am going to leave again soon. But I have spoken with Themsself. I is not truly cobalt anymore. I is becoming something else. So when I leaves, do not fear that. The ship will be steady.
We cannot choose what we feel.
No. But let's try.
Why do you have to leave?
To make sure that you will be safe down here. To make sure that those that are up there will be as lucky as you.
Kobolds?
Reliquie.
Oh.
Just tries. Does not feel too sad.
Roll perception.
5.
The look passes between them that you realize you just can't quite read.
Mm-hmm.
Feels sort of stilted suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
We will try then.
Just know that what I does and whence I goes is still for the tribe.
Of course.
And then I turn to Radiant and I go,
You will like this. This one does not needs to sleep.
What?
Does not sleep.
No.
Does a different thing. Does not need to sleep. Anyways.
And then I'm going to start to wander off, and I go,
Dolly!
And I want to look around and see if I can find any of in the large hearth that are maybe practicing telling stories or are actively participating.
Yeah, I would say there's absolutely people telling stories.
And I guide Dolly over, and I say to them,
This is a Dolly.
Hello.
A Dolly.
Hello.
A Dolly has many words that might be able to help tell stories even better.
Oh. What's the words?
They're from everywhere.
Not all of them good, some of them very bad, but you know.
But sometimes the bad ones makes the things even better.
Helps really punctuate stuff, you know.
I would like to learn.
and then I turns and sees Kelnis. Can I look around and see for anyone who is cooking?
Yeah. You can follow.
A big scale.
I guide over to those who are cooking.
He doesn't just knows how to eat. He knows how to cooks.
I cannot seize him anymore. There's this one with this. It's like impossible for a kobold to look disheveled. They have no hair to look disheveled, but like they are almost trembling as Kelnis approaches.
I takes their little claw and just goes in kobold.
Let him make it up to you.
I can make a mean mushroom stew.
So many bowls.
Let him show you ways.
It's my first day.
It's 1,000 yards there, like.
Yesterday I was in the crash. Today I'm here.
I thought after all that time in the cradle, I would rather be anywhere else. I was wrong. I was wrong. I should have stayed.
He will give you so many new recipes that you will make all the kobolds happy. And just so you know, be glad you're not in the crash today.
And wanders off to find Eloin. And I'd like to look around and see if there's any who might be still, even though they are in this space, practicing any kind of martial routine or something like that.
Absolutely. There's like a kobold version of not like Tai Chi or capoeira, but there's like a kind of kobold version of a series of sort of moves and almost like exercises that are combat adjacent that they might be going through.
Let's get down to
business. To stay inside. I would like to guide Eloin over to them and go,
This one hits very hard and can shows you ways to do things. They does a thing with the dag. This is called a thumb. And does like a thing with it.
Has he not had a thumb this entire time?
I has a thumb, but we calls it a claw.
Of course. Sorry, I was yes-anding your biology, your anatomy.
with like a push and there is many things that this one can show you.
and then I would like to take a step back, slip back foot to the edge of the hearth, and just kind of watch.
I'd like to step in here if that's all right. I know he just introduced all of us, and Dolly is indeed very good with words.
Fuck is a good one.
Fuck.
Calnis is amazing at cooking, and Elowin is an amazing fighter. I have skills too. I'm not just...
I have just written.
I'm not just
talk,
awake.
Eat, fight. What we're bringing to this table.
My skill isn't just that I'm awake. Like I can do other things to show you.
What sort of things does you do?
I would just like to call over from the side in Kobold, just going,
It was kind of a damage limitation thing.
I've got skills.
Right, well, let's see them then.
oh, actually,
He's a really good gunner.
do you know what? There would be, I would say that in my adventures out and about, I have learned more in the ways of, arcane stuff, right? I have...
Yeah, but you're not the
skills that
only-
Exactly. I would say... I mean, there wouldn't necessarily be anyone specifically practicing magic, but I'm going to call out in Kobold.
Those of you here,
It would almost be like a crafty thing. People might use it for craft.
Right.
those of you here who are with the arcane abilities. This one has many things. There's one thing that this one does. It's like a weird ball thing. Sometimes it bounces from person. Anyway,
What's he saying?
He says you have
Flaming balls.
Sometimes they bite.
Not often.
Normally not.
Oh my god! And then you look over at Ines, and I go,
this is what I was saying. Yeah.
Yes, I imagine, but I just want to say that I can do other things as well. I don't want to show you. I just want you to know that I can do some cool stuff.
No, go on, Raiden, show me your balls.
Bouncing balls.
The kobold spits on the ground.
Go on then. Let's see what you got.
On you.
Not on me. Keep your balls away from me.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you rolling for? To see if they are... Okay.
That's for you to figure out.
I mean, it is a 9.
Okay. Hard to read. Could be angry. Could be a little turned on.
Listen, I don't want to start a fight. I just was trying to say that I also have skills. Didn't want to offend you in any way.
No, not at all.
You see
You
my
have something to say?
There's a reason I haven't used this accent at any point, really, other than one NPC.
Donna, is there anything you want to say?
No, nope. You're doing great. Doing really.
You're doing grand.
You're doing grand.
Okay.
There you go.
I suppose what all of us want to say is thank you for having us.
Well, you's part of his tribe, it seems. His tribe. We is all tribe, yeah. A scout is a different kind of tribe.
You hear them sort of not...
A scout is more of their own tribe. It's a different sort of thing, but basically everyone is.
Is this the same person?
Yeah.
Lavinia.
Yeah, I mean, actually, can you believe Ben Starr? It is.
It's a bit more range than I have.
Wow.
It's like, wow, look at him go. It's incredible.
Spin the wheel.
Fuck, it's crazy.
Crazy girl.
Thank you for having us.
Well, you are home here?
We're probably going to be leaving tomorrow. What can you tell us about what's down there?
Roll me a perception check.
22.
22. All their expressions darken. This little cluster around you of kind of various groups that have sort of gravitated towards you as you've been given the opportunity to teach them to cook and swear and fight and ball. And there's like a heaviness over all of them. And they say,
it's dark. It is. There are things in the dark that move sluggish and then very fast. And the lower you go, the worse it gets. And Themsself has said to us all, we are not to risk approaching what they are doing down there with the masks.
If we go down there, will it affect you?
I don't know. I hadn't ever thought about that.
It's just that we don't mean ill on you by going down there. We just feel like we have to.
If Themself had given us permission, there would be those here who would have gone down. I does not know what you will find, but Themself says we are safe here. There are those down there now with the children of the midnight moon. Say it like it's a recently learned phrase. That have been down there, so are the masked. If their presence is not hurting us, I assume your presence will not hurt us. But I does not know.
How deep does it go? You must have heard stories.
You are high here. You've been climbing from here to the histories. It is as low as the histories, but it feels deeper than that. The deeper a scout says, the stronger the pull of the
mushroom.
The mushroom. It is closer here. The way by which you enter the old dark is closer to the bottom than it is the top.
Thank you.
They look... That's like the most common probably they've ever spoken in their life. They look genuinely drained.
I's just going to go and put a little claw. There we go. That was very good.
It's a hard way to talk.
Yes.
It's very strange.
That you even used a phrase that is not got children of the midnight moon. That's very...
I've just learned that.
Very
That's
well
what
done.
a scout says they come from, so...
It flowed naturally.
Thank you. Do you have to do this all the time?
Every day.
And none of them have learned any kind of cobalt?
The big scale speaks, you know.
No, the big scale speaks dragon.
I know, but there's a...
But I understand some of what you said.
Sorry, I didn't mean that in a bad way. I didn't know he's keen-eared.
He
You don't know that.
He doesn't miss a lot.
Good for you. Why?
He doesn't miss a lot. She kills a lot.
Right.
He causes a lots of chaos and damage. And she can talk her way out of anything. And into anything. Not so... No.
No,
me.
Wow.
No, I was just...
Wow.
I don't really understand what that could be pertaining to. I'm thrilled.
I tell you what, No one can see I.
I can see you?
When I want.
Ah, right.
Put it this way. Do you want to know why I was missing so long?
Yeah, of course. We've all been wondering why. You and Parvus.
You know, Themsself was out looking.
Yeah, I heard. They were looking for you.
Even Themsself couldn't see me. Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
No way.
Thank God.
love it.
Why? You hid from a god.
Make sure to tell the hatchlings.
That's a good story. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you want to know something?
Of course.
I'm gonna go kill some more.
What?
I reckon that we're gonna take down a whoopee god.
No way.
Yeah.
Just like that? Just the five of you?
Do you know what they call our tribe out there?
He thinks for a long time. No.
The god killers. We didn't do it. We're not the ones we didn't do it, by the way.
you
Just
kill
no. I want to be very clear.
Which gods did you kill?
No, we didn't. We didn't kill any
Why
gods.
do they call you the god?
Because we have that kind of power. Listen, just make sure you tell all the hatchlings. They'll remember me. It's fine. They know who I am.
This is all in. This is all.
Yeah,
in
we're
It's all
like-
interconnected. It's all interconnected. Kelnis can understand. I would say Kelnis can understand 95% of this. The rest of you got no idea. But you do see that you do see that I is in like a stance you've never seen before. He's quite kind of 50s Hollywood, kind of like Errol Flynn, kind of Clark Gable.
Just
Tell the hatchlings.
just tell that.
At one point, it looks like he has a cocktail stick in the corner of his mouth. You realise he can't.
There's a vague silhouette of a fedora.
Yeah. You're pretty sure you hear the kobold for the word toots. Tell them
Is
that.
I flirting?
I is being very strange. He's bragging.
I would say as well that this is...
I'd like to burn every spell I have.
I'm not gonna lie, I literally just looked through at what I had left and I was like, no, okay, fine. This is unfamiliar and new.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
feeling and this sensation of this sense of individualism, but it doesn't feel wrong when he does it.
Yeah, people tell stories about things they've done, but it's much more common for a kobold to tell a story of something someone else has done,
Yeah.
or not place themselves in the centre
Yeah.
of the story.
Yeah.
So, for example, it would be very unusual for the kobold that Dolly spoke with to admit that they were the one at the top of the tree. And so it's absolutely drawing on kobold tradition in a sense. But it's a new thing. It's a little bit like saying to someone who has no concept that you could lie. It's a little bit like saying to someone who doesn't understand that you could possibly lie, going, I can fly. And everyone goes, wow, amazing. That must be incredible for you. Like there's just like a, wow.
Just when we go, make sure you tell as many as possible. They don't need to worry.
Are you going again?
And we'll go again and again and again and again
When you
until
come back?
everyone is safe. I don't think Themsself will let me.
Why?
It's very complicated. But I think it is actually more than anything a self-protection thing from them.
To protect us.
Let's go with that.
To protect us?
Yes. And a little bit themselves.
They are one of us? To protect us?
Then yes.
Roll me insight.
Good. Damn. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that is the one. That is a 25.
Okay, there's like a closest thing you've encountered to hostility. In the way this kobold defends themselves.
It is okay for themselves to also think about themselves. Because it is good for everyone if they do this.
Exactly.
Yes.
We rely on them. We always have.
Just know that themselves also relies on you.
Right. Good stories. God killers.
Will come good on that name.
What do you mean?
What I just said, there is a would-be god out there and we intend to kill him.
Good.
A false god.
A false god?
Yes.
Is there only one god left?
Yes.
And I do not wish for that god to come to harm.
It's just clicked. It's just clicked in Alex's head.
No, it's always good. I just put his hand and he goes,
it's okay.
What?
It's not your fault.
Not you. Not you. Don't do this to me, man.
I just sort of realizing that there is now this. There's just this rift that is beginning to open up between who he now is, the way he views the world, the way he views choices, decisions, actions. He's just gonna leave it.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm waiting for the tensions of this conversation to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
Gone hostile.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't understand language, but you can always tell.
You can tell. You can
just
tell. Yeah.
tell.
We can tell that more heads start turning among the kobolds as well. Like this conversation, it's very unusual for them to hear disagreement. You saw what they were like when they're working. They're working almost wordlessly.
It's not threatening, but you just sort of take a little step closer towards us.
As
So he's not alone.
Yeah.
As I turns around, just looks up at Cal and just goes. little awkward expression.
Yeah.
You could have handled that a little bit better.
Well, they just kept thinking I was talking about themselves. I was obviously talking about the other god
Should have
outside.
just given them a metaphor.
Sure.
And he pats
What are you two talking about? What just happened then?
Just the things that we have done, that we are very good, and we are cool, and we can do lots of things. And then they thought that I was talking about killing themselves when I meant I was talking about killing the Barabbas.
Wait, you told them that we were god killers, didn't you? You said god killers.
He did.
Why did you do that?
We told you not to do that.
You need to maybe not threaten their.
But I was talking about themselves, not themselves. I was talking about Barabbas and a spider prince, and I obviously wants to kill them and not themselves. And I thought that would be.
You were acting weird.
and he's struggling to find what would be the word implicit.
Do you need some stew?
I think I need to rest.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
It has. Yeah. And tomorrow's going to be even longer, I think.
I'd say whatever we find down there, tomorrow's going to be a hell of a lot more dangerous than this was.
So, about that, just because Nox is gone doesn't mean the Barun is safe.
And as far as I'm concerned, as long as I have family there, I'll do anything to keep Barun safe.
We've given them warning. They know there's something coming.
Yeah, but I don't think that's enough.
No.
They're not going to stop if we don't put an end to whatever it is they're producing down there.
What if we can, using the children of the Midnight Moon, what if we can keep the existing supply chain but changes it to Hortensia?
Don't you think they've been used enough?
Does they not want to help and make sure the world will be safe? Does they not want to? Thinks about it. The Hortensia that is here, if we can, stops the somnium and puts everyone to good use, we can get as much Hortensia to Baroon as quickly as possible.
Only if we give them that choice.
Yes.
Then that makes sense.
Whatever keeps Baroon safe. I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
There must be those in Haven who know how it's being transported to Baroon.
Celandine would know.
They will be growing a lot of Hortensia.
With your help. But it's still just... They've been doing this for months now.
Then we will need a lot of Hortensia.
They will have enough.
Let's just see what we're dealing with down there. See what they've set up, what the supply chain is. But yeah, anything to stop this. We can't let Baroon fall.
Agreed.
Nothing can happen to the council.
No, or anyone. I don't care. I don't care so much about the council as everyone on those streets. Everyone.
I care about that council.
I know you do.
And whatever it is they're growing down there seems to be a hell of a lot worse than what we found outside.
Yeah, it's not just somnium. It's infused somehow with the magic down there.
What if the kobolds could grow Hortensia here, infused with the magic also?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, mushrooms growing in caves is one thing. Hortensia is a plant.
We have seen what Themsself can do with the light, the warmth.
That's Themself's magic. They're using the last of what they've got to try and keep the kobolds safe. I doubt they're going to want to deplete whatever reserve they have to try and grow Hortensia to save people that aren't kobolds.
An entire city's worth. And I can't say I'd blame them, to be honest.
Regardless, if the magic is at least the soil above, whatever, if we can find a way, it might be something. It feels silly not to try and seize.
Feels like something we'll know when we get there. We've never seen anything like this anyway. And what's down there sounds darker and more dangerous than anything we found in the caves so far.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like a fight.
What else was it gonna be?
Yeah, we'd never get that lucky.
No one even's noticed that I use supply chain correctly.
You've been on such a roll.
It's been a lot to take on board, I
think we're going to need to have some rest. You're going to need to have some rest.
I am. And a poo. I'm sorry, but
No,
you
leave it
eat
there.
that much stew, things move.
We get it. It's...
You didn't have to make the subtext text. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I would like to find a spot to rest.
And you wanted as well to get this salve made, right? For the Hortensia. I'll say that you find you speak to I and I find
For the Hortensia.
Sorry, I'm so sorry for the somnium. You speak to I and I find a kobold who believes that that's within their power to do so. Why don't you roll me a D12.
They're so difficult to pick quickly in a lineup. They are so tricky to find.
D12.
12. Okay. So here's how this is going to work. They give you 12 sort of doses, if you like, of somnium. You've got bits of somnium with you, right? You've picked some mushrooms.
I do.
Yeah. So I'm going to say they use some of your supply because they don't have it down here.
Except in the caves.
Yeah, well, they don't have it in. They haven't brought it in.
They
don't have it within here. So they're gonna. It's sort of gonna work like poison would work in the sense that you'll apply it to. You can apply it to a crossbow bolt, and then that dose is gone. You can apply it to a blade. The first time that blade hits, it will use it, but then it's gone. It's not something that can permanently buff.
Yeah.
So you've got 12 individual uses of a somnium. Let's call it like a somnium poison or a somnium venom, if we want to call it something metal as hell. Although it's not venom. Poison and venom are different things. Oh god, the poison venom thing is like the
Venom
least,
is
the least,
bloodstream.
Yeah, and I just find it the least interesting pedantry. The venom poison. Anyway, I'm getting.
There are no poisonous
snakes. There are venomous snakes.
Because that's what it's doing. Because you're
ingesting.
You're putting it on a blade, and then you're cutting through flesh, and it introduces it to the
We're
bloodstream.
having this discussion whether you like it or not.
Fantastic.
You know what? None of it's going to matter because I'm the one making the card for this. So I'm going to put on there what I want.
As this is being dosed out.
Big scale. Tells me with what is happening with the numbers.
With the numbers?
This stuff and this is one.
Yes. Now pick another one up. That one and that one make 2.
2. So 2 is...
And holds up 2 claws.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm going to go into my bag and I'm going to pull out some of the books that we grabbed so long ago now.
Yeah, great.
We never ever seem to stop long enough.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling you're going to be a much better teacher than me. And I'm going to hand you these kind of like, I guess they're like how you learn to count and how you learn to do your letters.
Great.
Books.
What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on numbers?
On numbers, and I'm going to go, wait.
You.
And I'm going to just to the ones who are resting.
Mm-hmm.
Comes over here.
Right. Yes.
And it's your little gang.
I thinks in a way this might be good for you to try and understand as well.
So I've said there's 6 of them. Kel, can you roll? What would you roll to teach someone? Can you roll an intelligence, just an intelligence check? So a d20 and just add your intelligence modifier, please.
I'm so happy. I was thinking.
Which, just the regular modifier?
Yes. Do you have proficiency in intelligence saving throws? I don't think. Do you?
Yeah, +5.
Cool. Well, then you can add a 5 to it. Add a 5 to it then.
What,
just a d20 and add 5.
I'm so happy. I was thinking about those books before we came in.
Oh, and I tell you what, you can roll.
Because they've got the books now.
Roll with advantage from the books.
Yeah.
14. Okay, so I'm going to say that means I and 3 of these kobolds are essentially not bright enough, but have a natural enough aptitude for this, are in the right headspace to receive this information. Let's call this a DC 12 intelligence check. What would a kobold have as its basic? I'll give them a +0 because I think they're
more instinctual.
Yeah, they're instinctual. What have you got?
I am quite an intelligent boy.
But you've been out in the world a lot more.
Oh, you mean for that? Sorry, yes.
So for that, absolutely. So you use your stats, and for them, I'm just going to roll flat. If they beat a 12, these 3 will understand.
We're not doing saving throw. It's just check. It's literally
just check.
Yeah.
So I think I said 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 of them are trying to get basic numbers, and you can roll the same. I have an 18 for one. This first one, this one who often takes this leadership role, this pinkish red, she picks it up super, super quick. And by the end, she's almost asking for more information. So she's bringing things together and she's starting to do very basic subtraction and addition. Of course, she recognizes that this number, she's not trying to teach her that the things are being removed or added. She understands that as a concept. It's more about learning the language for it. And she's able to understand numbers up to really as far as you're prepared to teach. And then that you can remove an amount of numbers and that leaves a certain other number. You can add an amount of numbers and that leaves another. One rolls an 8. They are eating a bowl of stew as you're trying to explain this to them. And you can see that every now and then they're just sort of drifting into the stew. It doesn't really take. There's one that rolled an 11 who's just on the edge of getting it. And then with a sort of slightly sad look. Did I say it's DC 12?
Yeah.
DC 12?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you said roll a D12.
Yeah, no, sorry, DC
Sorry, my
12.
brain was so
you
caught
roll
in
it, while I'm doing this, you roll. And they look, and they kind of look at you and it looks like, are they just going to get over the line? And they say,
Maybe you explains it again on the new sun.
Here, read this book.
Read it.
It's a joke.
I was about to say, I's going to intercept and just go,
what did you roll?
a 12.
A 12.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I rolled a 10 and thank God I had a +2.
so like barely.
Yeah.
Barely, but yeah, you get it. You can now, I'll say, count to the point where you could describe a number of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You can count the legs on a chair. You know, you could talk about, you could count testicles. Is that what you said?
No, claws.
I thought you said. I thought I was yes-anding Doug because I was like, fine, Doug said testicles, that's fine.
It's like not even close. That's just what you must have
testicles,
heard. Like,
claws.
I don't know what he said, so I've
just in
guessed
your head,
testicles.
Harry.
It feels.
You wanted to hear testicles, so you heard testicles.
I think that's probably what it was, you know. So yeah, you have basic numeracy.
Mm-hmm. I's going to walk up to Elwyn, just go, like, point at your leg and go, 1, other leg, 2, point at your arm, 3, point at the other arm, 4.
And I point at my sword, I point at my dagger, and I go 5 and 6.
I was pointing at
And then-
limbs.
You know what limbs are? Great.
You think of those as your limbs?
They're an extension of them.
Maybe this is why she is so good.
Well done, I. Well done.
That was really good, You learned quicker than I thought you would.
It is very simple, really, once you get
Okay, thank you.
She was really impressed. I mean, you were good.
Yes,
but
yes,
really
yes.
Time as well.
Yes.
Wow.
You should see some of the things I do outside. Pretty cool.
And this is all with no thought to how this may change kobold society forever.
It's like when you take a time machine and you go back in time and you touch something you shouldn't touch, and now everything's changed.
Yeah, we're going to come back like a year from now, and they're going to be like
everywhere.
Advanced trigonometry.
All triangles calculated.
Is there anything else you want to do before you rest?
Yeah, I want to take a look at this great sword I've been carrying on my back since Haven, because I have not even stopped to look at it.
Great. Roll me investigation on it.
Oh, that's not good. That is a 6.
A 6. It's a big two-handed weapon. It's heavier than you think, but you're more than strong enough to wield it. Like, it surprises you, having used a short sword and dagger for so long, how long it is since you held something that's like two-handed and requires. It's so reliant on momentum. It's almost more about you kind of keeping this perpetual swing with it, rather, because otherwise you're just sort of trying to hack.
Yeah, I think I remember 2 of my brothers probably trying to train me to use one, and it being so opposite.
It would have been Kylen and Derwin who were the ones. Eden always was so sort of immaculate. Eden was elegant. Yeah. Kellen didn't really care. Torian was in his books. Yeah. Kylen and Derwin were just trying to be stronger than each other, like all the time. And so they wanted to be the muscle.
Yep. And it's so opposite to how I fight, because I don't like putting my feet down.
Right, yeah.
But you have to with a great sword.
Yeah.
And I think there's something awful about who it belonged to.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea of a taste of their own medicine.
Mm-hmm. Roll me an Arcana.
It's even worse. It's a 4.
Okay, there's something that feels bad about it in a way that you can't tell.
It's kind of the opposite of what I like, and I don't like holding it, but that's also kind of the draw to it. Right. And it's almost like that's why she must have used it, why it must have belonged to her.
Yeah.
a bad person would have a bad sword.
Yeah.
Radiant's gonna go over and say, I thought you just said that these things are extensions of your limbs.
I'm not the best with these. I think last time I tried to use one, Kylan told me I was bad at it, but at least I was committed to it.
I think other than seeing in the dark, that's the first time I've ever seen you be bad at something.
Yeah, well, if I was bad at things, I don't think I'd still be here. So, you had to get real good real quick. You got beaten up by your brothers.
Why have you got that thing? You don't need it.
It sounds awful, but there's something about using it against the people who hurt us that sounds fun.
Fun. You're using the word fun.
We have different ideas of what fun is, Radiant, but there's something about that sword that makes me want to carve through the world with it.
Right now, it looks like you can't really do anything with it.
No, I guess I'll just see if I can.
It's magic, right?
I can't tell.
Can I have a look?
You can if you're not going to try and use it.
Do I look like I can handle that thing? I'm just going to have a look.
Be my guest, because I can't figure it out.
Can do like an arcana check.
Absolutely.
16.
Yeah, this has like necrotic energy in it. This is not like this is it has death in it.
Yeah, I don't think you really want to be handling that thing.
Why? Because it's gonna hurt me, or because it just doesn't suit me?
The way you're swinging it around is going to hurt something.
That's kind of the point, right? People out there I want to hurt.
Okay. How about you try it on me? Practice on me.
I'm not practicing on you with a greatsword, Radiant.
It's a trust thing. Just practice around me. You're not going to hit me.
Radiant, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I could hit everybody.
Have a swing. I trust you.
Kellis takes a step back.
Okay.
Please don't hit me, but...
What are you trying to do?
I have no idea. No idea. In fact, I think what I'm trying to do is when I move with a short sword and a dagger,
Yeah.
it's spiteful and elegant. Mm-hmm. I am so well trained with them that when you watch me move, I move well.
Yeah.
And I almost want to see if I can move well with a sword that is not a sword and a dagger.
Okay, I'll tell you what then. Let's call this an athletics check.
Okay. Which I roll with advantage anyway. So that will be a 27.
Okay. Maybe...
Lucky it wasn't fighting you because of crit.
Maybe you need a foe.
Well, I've got my stuff of defense.
And there's something about Radiant standing there. It
makes me want to hit him.
Yeah, it's red rag to a bull. And you find your feet feel sure on the bedrock. And you sort of engage your shoulders and your lats in like a different way. Like it just you can feel as you grip the greatsword with two hands, you can feel what it requires. And you hoist it over your shoulder, you sort of swing it down low past your left hip, and then the momentum carries it up, and you bring it down in this two-handed slash towards Radiant, and you stop and hold it just before you reach the bridge of his nose. His eyes are squeezed shut, and then Radiant, you open them.
Oh, well. I'm glad you had control of that thing.
Good to know I'm good with a big sword.
I am going to say that when I imagined this, I didn't think you were actually going to try and hit me. I thought you were going to kind of swing it around me a little bit, but that's very close to my face.
I wasn't trying to hit you. It would have been an accident if I had.
Yeah.
I mean, just one more scar.
All right. Don't rub it.
Okay. I still think you don't entirely know what it does, but you can totally use it, and you can use it with confidence. Are you going to rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a toilet first, and then I'm going to rest.
Roll me a
But
constitution.
we don't have to go through.
Roll me a constitution save. Roll me a constitution saving throw.
Con save.
This is-
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Six.
Oh my god! Oh no! No!
This is terrible! No, he just does a boo!
You are aware.
Do a boo.
We yin and we yang, and I hate
You are
this.
aware. You are aware. Kelnis says in a way that is unusually decorous from him. There is this sort of noise that he makes, and then he says, "If you'll allow me to do this," he says, "I will take my leave," and you see heads turn as Kel shuffles. Quick, there's a sort of quick waddly shuffle out of the hearth cave. Kel, I'll say you find a nook. We won't go into it too much, but
Thank God.
Please don't.
but it's
Just as he shuffles, I just literally, with a guess, just goes prestidigitation and just cleans one cubic foot.
Cleans one what?
Please
Cubic
what?
foot.
1 cubic foot.
I'm just saying that. That's all I'm saying. 1 cubic foot. Just immediately clean. There you go.
So proud that we...
That's it.
I was trying to take
yin
us
and
down
yang
a
of
path that
moments
didn't
is
have to
really
do
something.
that.
I know, but the dice fall where they may, buddy.
I would like to rest now.
You rest. You curl up so reasonably close to the fire in the hearth cave. They bring some, go on.
Is there anyone here who would probably be struggling with the heat, or is it fine?
No.
Okay, cool.
This would be you wanted to control shape water and bring an icicle down so that they could hug it.
I will, just for my own comfort and enjoyment, I will, as I fall asleep, I'm going to do prestidigitation to chill just slightly, 1 cubic foot on the floor, so I just curl up in a nice, like the cold side of the pillow.
Cool side of the
Cool
pillow.
side
Yeah.
pillow, great.
Nice.
I was going to do it if anyone else, just as a nice thing for their comfort, but I'll do it for myself.
They
Sleep.
Oh yeah. And as we all drift off, I go,
Seriously, watch him. When it's kind of weird, but cool.
You, as you sit to do your trance ready, and there's just loads of kobolds having chins in their hands, like a little making.
Can I help you?
Wow.
He's very good at sleep.
No, he's not doing it now.
Oh.
Wow.
And you rest and you wake, as refreshed as you felt in a long time. There's a kind of, for those of you who grew up in, for those of you who feel like you've had families and who grew up in places of safety, or at least had a time where they felt safe, waking up in the hearth cave is a little bit like waking to the gentle noises of someone downstairs making breakfast, like to the smells of cooking. Radiant, it's like waking up in Askers. That's probably the closest you felt to safety in home you can remember. It feels like it's comfort, it's like an ease. It's a morning on which when you wake you can roll over and lie there and listen to the sounds of the cave. And there's moss on the rocks beneath you and the warmth of the fire. And you wake.
So we're really gonna do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I doesn't see any needs to hang around.
No.
Just before we go, there is one thing I would like to do.
I turn to a kobold nearby. I say,
Can you just gather as many as are able to be in here? Right now.
By whose authority?
I will say Parvus.
Yes.
And this kobold slips out into the tunnel beyond.
you would have understood me say Parvus, because that's, yeah.
It'll takes a few minutes if you do want to discuss
Yeah.
it. It will take a few minutes for this.
It is fine. It is good.
If I caught the name Parvis and seen someone scurry off, I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and use bardic inspiration.
Maybe it's the name Parvus, maybe it's your elevated station. Everyone knows you spoke to Themsself. Everyone knows that you were missing. And soon the Hearth Cave is full. Every eye that can be on you is on you.
There is no owl does this in common for you as well. There is something I want to give you. Something that I think means a lot to me. And I has held on to.
And I reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out the chain that was used to... He took one of the chains that was holding Parvus in place at the top of the tower.
It is important that we still passes down the stories, the histories of the kobolds. And there was one, Parvus, who went out and was different from the others. And did lots of amazing things. And even when they chained a Parvus, they could not keep a Parvus down. And they did not change a Parvus. And a Parvus still believe that they could be parts of the world, and that kobolds could be parts of the world. And they believed that there was more for the kobolds than just staying alone and secrets. And I believes it as well. And I is not asking you to change. But I is just saying that there is a world up there where there is many who would likes us to be parts of it. We can't. And I is going to do what I can to make sure that world is safe for kobolds. And I want to leave this here as a reminder of a Parvus. What's they thoughts and what's they stood for.
Roll me persuasion with advantage. And you can add bardic if you need to.
I'm going to for the hell of it. Just to be absolutely damn sure that is a 24.
Okay. Yeah, and that is a 6. You hear a voice in the cavern. You don't know who or where, but you hear a voice say,
"He was the only one entrusted to meet all virtuous."
And then you hear another says,
"He was alone for a long time, but he always was kobold."
Another one says,
"They gave him a name, but he never lost who he was."
Then you hear another one say,
"He was brought by a god killer to the foot of Themsself."
And you hear another one say,
"He is home."
And these voices continue, each picking up a single line. And they're telling stories of Parvus, of things he did, times they'd met him. And then you realize, after a while, they're also telling stories about you. And that the he's become interchangeable. And so it's he who spoke with himself, meaning one of you. It becomes, it was only he who Themsself trusted. It was he who Themsself missed. It was he who Themsself wished would return. And the you of Parvis and the I of you are interchangeable.
Quietly to tribe. I think I need to go.
Okay. Let's go. You ready? Let's go.
And even as they're still speaking, the crowd parts and they let you through. And as that crowd closes behind you, you chance to look over your shoulder and you see they're not looking at you anymore, they're looking at each other. They're all telling each other the story before the fire in this hearth chamber. And you follow the winding passageway through the chamber that you first entered. And there are different kobolds on guard here today. And they give you a little look, a little nod, an inflection of the head. Their job was too important for them to abandon it and come and listen to the stories. But they'll hear them.
Yeah.
Because by the time this sun sets and the moon rises, they all have heard them. And you step through a space where an arch is and isn't. You step out of the freshness into the cave, into the dark and dank. And that's where we'll end our session. Cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening, for joining us for episode 37 of our adventures in the world of religion.
Wow.
We're going to do a lot of things in the next hours. We're going to record an action surge.
Yeah.
Then, about 15 hours from now, we're going to record the next episode.
Wow.
So we still have lots of this journey to tell. We still have lots of stories to tell and lots of journeys to take. Thank you so much for being part of everything that we are doing here. We massively appreciate it. And if you want to help us continue to tell these stories, well, the best thing to do, really, is to head over to our Patreon. Patreon.com/natural SIX. And you can get access to all manner of stuff, not least our action search for this particular episode, which, if you are a member of our Patreon, you can listen to right now. If not, you're going to have to wait until next week. But whether you are enjoying us on Patreon or through the podcast provider of choice or YouTube, thank you ever so much for being part of our journey, and we will see you very soon for more adventures in the world of Reliquiae.
Reliquiae.
Bye, everybody.